El podcast de Pa'l Centro y Pa' Dentro. Hoy tenemos un show muy especial. Nuestro primer invitado oficial, ¿verdad?
Oficial.
Se puede decir
Official. Vino a quebrar el hielo este vato.
a romper el hielo. Les presentamos al amigo DJ Marco.
Yo, ¿cómo estamos? ¿En vivo?
En vivo y en directo, ¿verdad?
How y'all doing, guys?
Entonces aquí es la entrevista más esperada de todo Houston.
Especialmente de Carlos.
Carlitos, ¿dónde andas?
¡Pendejo!
Ay. A ver, váyanse conectando, váyanos mandando mensajes.
Vamos a ver aquí cómo...
¿Cuántos tenemos? Oh, shit. Let me turn it on.
That's all right. It always happens.
Sí, siempre pasa la misma
Y
historia.
ahí compartan. Estamos en vivo en Facebook y en youtube.com /palcentro y pa' dentro podcast.
Abuelita, soy tu
Así es
nieto.
que vamos a ver qué tenemos por ahí. ¿Cómo
Y-
nos va esta semana de eventos?
Y a mi
chavos?
izquierda.
A mi izquierda. Es un inside joke. Chuck, estábamos aquí, le digo, aquí a mi mano derecha está Chuck. Y este güey, pinche Chuck. Y a mi mano derecha está...
La pared.
La pared, güey.
Su Pinky Wonder.
Y así es que aquí estamos con ustedes otro miércoles. Les damos las gracias por acompañarnos y por estar con nosotros. Aquí tenemos al invitado de honor. Así es que sus preguntas
Son
que
respuestas.
tengan. Sus preguntas.
No, sí.
¿Cómo está ese pedo?
Y muchas gracias a ustedes por tenerme aquí en el show.
Yes,
pero-
sir, yes, sir. Nos rompiste la
Epa.
bilirrubina.
Epa.
Nos chupó la bruja.
Papi.
Ay. Así es. Así es que vayan preparando sus preguntas para Marco, para nosotros.
Lo
Hay
que tengan por ahí, vamos a empezar.
Carlitos,
Que se nos
mándale
conecten.
mensaje a Carlitos porque tiene toda la
Ya.
semana está mojado.
Un
Porque...
tachente.
Un tachente. Sí, tenemos que...
Ay.
Falta que se conecte el Víctor.
Vamos a mandar el llamado para Franklin.
Franklin, ya que tú no viniste tampoco.
No quiso el güey. Lo
No.
invitamos como 2 veces. Íbamos a hacer
Una
una llamada
Zoom.
Skype, Zoom, teléfono y todo. Y ni así se
Y
animó.
ni así vino el compa.
Así no vino. ¿Cómo nos va en los eventos? ¿Cómo nos va? Estamos un poco ocupados, ¿verdad? Últimamente tenemos por ahí.
La semana pasada tuve 7. Un miércoles tuve photo booth. Ya, tuve bastante. It was out of nowhere, I don't know. It's like,
That's good.
una semana es como 4 o 5 y la siguiente, nada, 1 o 2. I don't know, it's just on and off.
Sí, se pone de
Llegó
repente.
Pete, what's going on?
No
Pete
mames.
The
No.
No Mames Show, what is that? What is NW? ¿Qué significa eso?
No mames, güey.
No mames.
That's the only Spanish words he knows. ¿A que sí, Pete? Ay.
Este
Salud.
segmento está siendo patrocinado por Coca-Cola.
Ahí dice Pete,
Monster.
what's up? Monster, C4 Energy.
Triple M.
Coffee and Donuts.
Los cofidonas de...
Un cogido.
Todo pagado por Music Make Memories.
El Triple M dijo.
Oh,
El
shit,
famoso Triple
first
M.
shot.
¡Vámonos!
Ay.
Yo, ¿qué onda, Pete?
Ay,
Eres
ay.
el que tiene una Tesla, ¿no? Algo
Pete,
así.
Ándale,
yeah,
tú sí lo
Tesla.
Llegó el Víctor.
Oh, yes,
Ponle
sir.
al Víctor.
¡Pendejo!
Ah, no.
Nos equivocamos. Ay,
¿Cuál
nos
es el
chupó,
de Víctor?
nos
Ahí
chupó la
búscalo.
brea.
Oh, lo chupó la bruja.
Nos chupó la bruja.
Ahí estamos.
Así es, preparen sus preguntas.
Porque hoy tenemos respuestas.
Hoy tenemos respuestas.
Para cada respuesta y pregunta.
Hagan sus preguntas porque también tenemos más preguntas nosotros.
Sobre todo.
A ver, Mr. Marco, explícanos cómo comenzaste de DJ. What was your first event or how did you get started in the business?
Bueno. So, primero para empezar, mi papá era DJ.
Ujú.
Mi papá era DJ. Él era, he was a big, like, back from like 2000 a 2009, 2010, before he got deported to Mexico. Él era DJ. Él
What was
tenía
the DJ name?
DJ King.
DJ King.
Yeah, él tenía the big Servo en Vegas subs, los cuatros y los three-way PBs.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I really
Yeah.
don't care. Like la mera neta, pues por pendejo lo deportaron.
Ah, bueno.
really?
Entonces regresa.
Ponle de pendejo, sí. Sí, so mi papá era DJ
Este güey.
y pues yo de chiquillo, pues yo, I had like a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
Pero ya lo deportaron cuando tenía 11 and I didn't really continue with the DJing because, I mean, it was mostly
Is
my
he
dad.
still in Mexico?
Yeah, he's a DJ over there.
Oh, okay.
In
okay.
Mexico, DF. And then I had a friend, Victor Chente. Shout out to Victor Vargas.
Shente.
He was getting into the DJ business. He was barely starting.
También.
También.
Ajá.
So y'all grew up together?
Estamos
I mean,
hablando
we
de...
were neighbors actually.
Oh, yeah.
We lived like in the same street.
Estamos hablando...
Éramos neighbors. Like me and Victor, we grew up together. Like we were playing soccer en su terreno y lo que sea. Bueno,
Yeah.
pero el problema es, digo, no el problema. He ended up getting into the DJ, so he got a controller. It was like the Denon MCX 8000.
Es nomás una
like that.
carpe, vato, no te confundas.
Sí,
And
That's not a bad one.
I was at his house y pues I started messing around and like I was able to like do like some basic stuff, like basic transitions, and that me being on that controller kind of like motivated me, like damn, like I miss this from my dad, like I miss music. I've always been in love with music, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get into this. So I was going every day to like just play on the controller and stuff, and I caught on up quick. Ya después.
But you learned scratching from your dad or from...
Scratching, I just developed it like on my
Started
own,
scratching
just messing around, just literally messing around, and I started on my own. Pero
Okay.
yeah, and then I met Ivan through Victor. He was buying some speakers from Ivan porque ya conocen a Iván que siempre está vendiendo todo.
Sí.
Chival.
Y así lo conocí.
El mercado negro de, de los DJs.
Houston.
And then that's when I got added to the messenger chat. And then I remember one time Ivan on the messenger chat was like, I need somebody to show up last minute. I'm going to be late. Somebody need to show up with their gear. Y todos en el chat estaban like, oh, well, how far? ¿Cuántas horas? How much?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Send me the address. I'm on my way. Le llegué.
Yeah.
Luego set up 2 tops, it was like my little SR2. I set up what I could, what I had. And that's how I met him. And I guess he really liked that. And then he started like, he brought me along, and I told him I'll go out there for free so I could like really learn.
Start learning. Start getting into the mix of things and acostumbrarte a...
Y así aprendí like the wedding industry, you know, like how to really like, not necessarily the DJing. The MCing I did learn from him, but more like how to run the events, how to like really have that customer service, how to really sell, how to really do the meetings, check up with the bride and the groom, stuff like that.
Okay. So you learn a little bit from him, learn a little bit from your dad. Is your dad still in Mexico?
Yeah, todavía está
en
ahí,
México?
todavía está ahí. Está de DJ y de taxista y
¿En qué parte?
DF, Chilangolandia.
Ah, la madre. Allá puro sonidero.
Sí, puro sonidero. Yeah.
Ah, está bien. Preguntas, respuestas, comentarios.
Sí, bueno, pues...
But yeah, if anybody has any questions, let me know. Let
a
me
mi
know.
izquierda.
A mi izquierda. Y a mi izquierda.
Y a mi
la pared.
derecha.
But that's how it all started.
Ah, that's
Así
nice.
como espera. Ok. Pues, para ti, ¿qué es lo que ha sido más difícil en la industria? O sea, ¿qué es lo que más
Like right
difícil
now, or as I was learning?
as you were learning? Like, what was like, you know, like the most hard part?
One thing that I didn't like, and is de que I was very young, so I had a lot of like people would look at me like no sabe nada, like
Mocosillo.
todavía está chiquillo,
But I have one for me.
but in reality no sabían, like, and I was putting like 6, 7, 8 hours a day practicing to get like really perfect my craft. That's why I learned and I grew so fast because I was putting in them hours. Like, and then I remember I had a script that I got from Anderson, and I would and it's the same script he learned, and I would literally just sit in the mirror and then just repeat it word by word until I had it memorized and I had it down. Where
Is that the same script you still use? ¿Todavía lo mismo?
now I just improvise.
Improvise.
I change it up depending on the crowd. Sometimes the crowd is not as loud, or maybe I could tell they're a little bit more religious or laid back. So a veces I'm not as outgoing. I'm a little bit more formal.
No.
So esto depende de la clientela o de los guests. No sé.
Yeah. De los invitados.
Yeah.
Philly dice, shout out to los tíos. Oh, chingado.
Shout out to los tíos. Órale.
Nos chupó la bruja.
Papá.
Víctor dice, where is Chuck?
Chuck le salió jale.
Chuck tiene trabajo ahora, no nos pudo acompañar
Yeah.
desafortunadamente.
Lastimalmente.
Lo es
Hoy íbamos a sentar a Marco en las piernas
en las piernas del
pero
Chuck.
Creo
Correcto.
que se emocionó mucho Chuck y dijo, mejor voy a la calle de las sirenas.
Ya, ándale. Y le tenemos un mensaje de Pete en español, güey.
En español dice Pete.
Che, Pete.
Ay. So the hardest thing was speaking on the mic, pretty much, or getting acquainted, practicing music.
At first, it was on the mic.
Yeah.
At first, it was on the mic.
Creo que lo más
There was
difícil para la gente.
Era como 5 o 6 bodas de que I remember one time I said, let me hear them claps. I swear to God, I said, let me hear them claps.
¿Te acuerdas de aquella nube que hicimos?
I was one of the very first wedding I was on my own. I said, let me hear them claps.
But where
Yeah.
did you get that from? Where did you get that phrase?
I guess it was before I had the script, so I was
Okay.
like still like learning. Ya con el
Yeah.
script, pues ya.
Es
un
uno de
poquito
esos
ya.
momentos donde dices, a la madre, how do
But
I
I-
take that shit back? Take it back.
But I learned
Take it back, yo.
I learned through my mistakes. I learned through my
todos.
mistakes, yeah. I learned how to do it again.
Ya.
Ya, es
Clapping
como todo,
cheeks.
vas
Yeah,
aprendiendo y aprendiendo.
Che,
¿Qué dice Pete?
Clapping chicks.
The claps.
Clap.
Che, Pete.
Let me hear you clap.
Okay,
Eso.
another clapping.
Other clapping, my bad.
Güey.
Pero yeah, honestly, but MCing and DJing, it wasn't even really hard. It was just because I mean, I had a great teacher. I'm not gonna lie, Ivan. I probably did with him before I did my own wedding for him. Probably like about 50 weddings.
So he's the one that te gave you the opportunity to learn and grow and
Yeah, like I
Get better.
would literally go out for free.
Yeah.
Free. Like every weekend I was like
But,
sometimes I would stay at his house when I would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I would just go out and I would just watch him, help him set up, help him tear down, and I'll just watch him. Literally watch what he does when he goes check up on the bride and the groom, when he goes to the caterers, photographers, introduces himself, stuff like that. And I just learned. I was just in my mind just take notes. Boom.
Take
Like okay, así se hace.
yeah.
And after like so many weddings, I started doing my own. I made some small mistakes on the MC part, but as far as rocking the event, the clients were always happy. So
Yeah.
that's what mattered, and
Good.
that's how I started getting my experience.
Sí, yo creo
That's
que
good.
los anuncios siempre es lo más difícil, especialmente cuando no tiene uno experiencia, de tratar de decir lo correcto en el momento correcto y luego si te dicen en el momento, haz esto, di esto,
Ujú.
es cuando dices, oh shit, ¿cómo lo voy a decir?
Mm-hmm.
And then you think of something and you try to say it y como que no, doesn't connect. Y es cuando te
Exacto.
salen los claps.
Ándale.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Philly. He was doing the photo booth for my wedding for Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Sí,
He ended up being the photo booth guy.
Carlos is
I
in
seen
the
him
chat.
and,
Carlos.
he got to hear me mix.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said you did it. Cállate, güey.
Majes, un abrazo para Carlos.
Un abrazo para Miguel
dice
Majes.
Carlos, Majes, cuenta tu verdad sobre los Triple M. You missed it, brother. You're gonna have to watch the replay.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
watch it,
to-
man.
No más. No más.
But yeah, I got a lot of experience with him.
Ujú.
And the days I wasn't DJing on my own for him, I was still going out there every single week. Every single weekend.
Okay. And then Johnny's been giving you una oportunidad también trabajar, hacer eventos.
Lately, he gives me probably like... Last year, I was probably doing like 1, 2...
Yeah.
There was probably like 1 or 2 months that I was doing like 3 or 4 events for him.
Yeah.
Pero right now, I just have like 5 or 6 events left with him. Y ya después con eso...
Cerramos
Son los
ciclos.
últimos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be me from now on. Pero it's always a pleasure to help him out. You know,
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for him. He's an OG. He's a really cool guy. Very respectful. Very...
He's a hustler, man.
Yeah, he's
That's
a
what
hustler.
people don't know. He's
And-
a hustler. He's
Exactly.
always 100% on.
Man, that man, I learned a lot of things from him. Not just DJ wise, but personal wise. Just of like, he wakes up like early. Like I think he told me he waking up like at 5:30
La madre,
and
apenas me
just
estoy
getting shit
durmiendo
done. Getting shit
Yeah.
done. And so I admire that. And yeah, man.
That's good.
Está bien.
That's good.
Está bien.
Lo
Pues,
chupo la
a ver ustedes en vivo ahí en los comentarios. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta aquí para marquillos.
¿Qué pasó la noche que hicieron un momento de silence? Pregunta Carlos. Un momento de silencio.
I think he's talking about Isabel's quinceañera.
Oh, shit.
Oh, heck no. Nos chupó la bruja. Espérame.
Momento de silence.
Espérame. Vamos a tener un minuto de silencio nosotros aquí.
Ahora sí.
Y ahora sí. Hable.
We're back.
Háblanos de ese momento.
So yo no fui a la quinceañera de la hija.
Yeah.
At that time, I think me and Iron were arguing. Like, man, I have a lot of respect for him. But first and foremost, you know, he's the one that put me on the wedding industry.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I'm from like South Houston. I'm from like the ghetto,
Pasadena.
you know, / Pasadena, but I don't
Stinky
claim
Dina.
it. So you know, when I was starting to DJ, it was like.
Yeah.
Those venues with like they had their lighting, their own speakers. I just showed my laptop and my controller. Y es todo. Así agarré experiencia hasta que me jaló Iván y me dijo, look, this is where you're at, but you want to be in the wedding industry. This is where the money's at con los gringos, with the white people. They finish earlier, less speakers. That's where it's at.
No
That's
lights.
honestly where it's at. And so I got a lot of respect, man. He put me on. I learned a lot with him. I'm very grateful. It's sad how everything turned out. You know, I know we don't work together. We don't really talk as much, but the respect is still there. You know, every head must bow, and you know that's the one that put me on. So I'm always gonna have the respect. But
Daniel Ramos,
Yeah.
respect to Marco, that boy hustles.
hey, my
The
boy
volume is
Daniel.
low.
The volume
You
is-
have to get closer to the mic, Marco.
The volume is low.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. There you go.
Well, how about that?
Ahí.
Is that a little better?
Papi.
Ay, cuá. Besito.
Ah, este.
No chupó la bruja.
I don't even know if they heard me.
Yeah, they heard you.
Okay,
They heard you. It's just
okay.
low. It's just low. 'Cause
Just
I
a little
can
low.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, man, he's the one that put me on. So I know we ended up parting ways, and that's when I started my own company. But there was times where like, I think when we decided not to work together anymore, I had like 60 something events booked for the rest of 2022.
Yeah.
And then it was just a time. It was necessarily like it was just time where like, okay, those weddings are gone.
Yeah.
So I didn't have money saved. I didn't have any add-ons on my own. It was just like my very basic setup. So I kind of had to hustle. Like I had to use my contacts, but without using his contacts, to really get out there. Like really, like because I didn't have no money saved. I was dependent on that money, so I kind of like had to like start from scratch.
Gotcha.
But I
Which
hustled.
is a good thing. Which is a good thing because that's
Los
how you
amo.
value more. How you value more yourself.
Yeah, and it kind of I learned a lot on my own, and kind of grateful that I'm still full time, where I don't have to really work Monday through Thursdays, just like send inquiries, contracts, and kind of grateful how fast I've grown. You know, being 21 years old, and for my first year, I'm about to make my first year, and I think we're probably gonna hit. I know we're gonna hit 120 events at least
That's
in
good.
under a year,
good.
so I'm kind of grateful for that.
Está bien.
Un saludo para Rob Mix.
Rob Mix in the house.
I've actually heard him. I've heard him one time. I was at a quinceañera,
Yeah, he's good. He's actually very technical. Mixing.
and
He's very solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hearing him when he was doing the Hora Loca, so it was just line dances. But
Okay.
I know,
Line dance king.
I know he's cool. I know he's good. He's an
Line
OG.
dance
He's an
king.
OG.
Yeah.
Gotta respect the
Black in the
OGs.
house. We just talking.
Hey yo, know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yo.
Shit.
¿Qué lo que?
Okay.
¿Qué lo que?
Hay unos DJs que les abrió las puertas a muchos DJs en este chat. A huevo, a huevo.
Hay un
Who that?
DJ que les abrió las
Ese no-
puertas
ese no
a
me salió a
muchos
mí.
DJs en este chat. Dice Carlos Ramírez.
Órale.
La
Ya.
rocola.
Ese vato. La rocola.
No, I'm saying, dice Johnny Black.
No, I'm saying. Yes, sir.
We boosted Marco's mic a little bit more porque dicen que no te oían todavía.
No te digan, pero ya, ya
No,
está.
hombre.
Que hable como hombre, dice. No, I'm just kidding.
Ese no lo leí yo tampoco. Dice Rob Mix, ¿sabe quién es? Este vato.
Yeah, but that's basically how I started and how I kind of grew and just been hustling ever since.
Sí.
Yeah.
Ever since.
That's good. Okay, so what's the deal with the line dances? Where do you get that from? That no playing line dances at the wedding? I see that a lot on your what'd you say? I got through this with no line dances.
A
Where'd you
lot
get
of
that
your
from?
stories.
On the
Or
stories.
your post or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
like yeah, okay. I hate playing line dances. I it's que I'm not gonna lie. I have a big passion. I have a big passion for DJing. Like my dad was a DJ. I've always loved music. Fun fact: I played the violin for 10 years. I
Papi.
took private lessons. I auditioned for Sam Houston State, SFA,
Damn it.
University of Houston. I had scholarships. I was going to college, but then when I was with Ivan, I was making more money than a violin teacher. Violin teacher only makes like $55,000 a year. They don't make a lot.
I don't think
That's
they
right.
make
I was already making more than that, so I dropped out after like 2-3 weeks, and went full time on the DJ. And I hate playing line dances because you're playing Cupid Shuffle or Wobble. I'm not doing anything. I'm just hitting play, and then they're just dancing.
That's when
Right.
you
So
get
I-
out on the dance floor.
So I hate it. Like I just use that as like a last resort. If I have to
Last
play
resort.
it, then pues la toco. And unless the bride and the groom tell me, hey, we want to hear line dances, pues las toco. But other than that, I don't like playing
stay
them.
away.
If I hear other DJs playing them, I mean that's cool. That's them. That's their business, you know. But for me, I just don't like playing line dances. I'd rather get them going with just regular songs.
Regular music, yeah.
What's your to-go song to get the party started en una fiesta bilingüe donde es español, inglés, Mexican?
Si es bilingüe, si hay más mexicanos,
Yeah.
I try to start off with the Spanish.
Cumbia,
Probably
norteña.
a cumbia. No cumbia. Norteñas later on in the night.
Un poquito
Pero
después,
I
yeah.
probably try to do it with cumbias. If it's about a good half and half, I'll probably start with the English. Probably like I Want to Dance with Somebody or September Celebration, something like that.
Okay.
And then I try to get all the family. Usually when it's half and half, I try to tell the bride and the groom like a week before on the meeting, like, hey, you know, I would recommend taking a group photo at
Yeah.
on the dance floor.
On the dance floor.
Before we open up the dance floor. And then after that, I just say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and open up the dance floor. So come on, let's go. And then I just hit play, boom, turn off the lights, have the lights ready. And then just, they're already
You already got
there. And,
people on the dance
and if you
floor.
hit them with the banger, they're just going to stay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Boom.
So you said, what did you say?
Like September, celebrate. They're
or
like in the
celebration,
120s
yeah.
BPM. And then that's the same tempo as like Danza Canguro.
Mhm.
You can do a conga line. You can like really grab everybody. And then like go from English and
Starting-
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you just keep them on the dance floor.
Suavemente.
Yeah, I don't like that song.
I knew
overplayed,
I knew you were
overplayed.
gonna say that for some reason.
Yeah, I mean it's a good song. It's a good song, but sometimes I try to play like the Tu Sonrisa or the other one.
Píntame.
I try to. I stay a little I stay mainstream, but not. I don't know. I just don't like Suavemente personally.
Suavemente.
Yeah.
It's still a good song though. It works. It works.
Pues al americano le gusta mucho,
Ajá.
literal.
Yeah.
Y es la única que te conocen de merengue. Like, play something else and
Sí, para la segunda
is-
you lose them.
yeah,
By
exactly.
Sonrisa, whatever. Even
What?
sonrisa is
Yeah.
kind of hard to mix in sometimes.
Sí, güey.
Ah, well,
I caught it, man. Caesar.
That's
a
a
canguro
canguro.
jam. Oh, we got Caesar in the house. Shout out to Caesar.
Yeah. We're trying to get him in here too, but that
Anda muy
brother-
busy, bro.
brother's busy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds-
Danza canguro.
But yeah, and that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions,
Carlitos has a question
let us
for
know.
you. Hablemos sobre el tema cómo conseguiste tu apodo, Michael Majes.
Este, güey.
I think that was Carlos that kind of made that up. No
Carlos
tenía
make that up,
plata
huh?
para los
You know how that goes.
Este güey.
Danza.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Challenges right now. What are your challenges?
Right
Goals.
now, my challenges are I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty established.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty established. Where I don't really have to subcontract anymore. How I really when I was starting on my own, I was subcontracting. I had hit up like the big dogs like Joe from J&A. I hit up Johnny. I hit up a whole bunch of boys, let them know, hey, my calendar's open because Ivan like literally all the weddings they were just gone.
Went
So
to
I was
zero.
like, hey, like if you need any help, if you need anything, I got you, man. And but now I'm getting to the point where I don't really want to subcontract anymore. Maybe in the future, I'll probably still help out Johnny or maybe Caesar or some of the guys, you know, because money's money, money's green. So I'm gonna still take work,
If you got an
but
open date, why
just not as much. But I still help them out, man. You know, because they man, shit, money's money. But right now, one of the hardest challenges I'm facing is I want to build a team of DJs.
Órale.
I want to make a second Instagram. I want to make a team of DJs where it's just like the best of the best. So I'm kind of I'm training 2 DJs right now. One is 19 years old and one is 20 years old. And I'm telling them like, look, here's a script, memorize it, practice 8 hours a day. And I promise you in a couple of months, you're going to be good.
So you believe in the script?
Right.
I actually got started with the script too.
Yeah,
That's one of the things
I believe a script is good. And then after that, you should find your own style.
Yeah.
Like you should.
But it gives you a solid base.
A solid base of
Yeah.
how it goes. Y ya después ahí, pues you can go whichever way you want.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Definitely.
that's pretty much it.
You got that base, una base de how to go, and then you start going.
Yeah, your foundation and Yeah, so my heart is right now is just I want to build a team of DJs, but most of the DJs that I know have their own companies. So it's kind of tough because what I'm trying to do, I don't know if y'all know SCE Event Group. They're like a big company out there in New Jersey, and they have like a badass DJs.
Who's that? Joe Butt?
No, that's like ¿cómo se llama el vato? He has like a weird haircut and he's white. But he has like really good DJs, like really good. Like you go to their website, they tell you what DJ do you want for your wedding. Like, and that's what I want. I want a website where it's like the best of the best. Jason Jenna, that him. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a team of DJs because I don't want to DJ forever. I'd rather
the business end.
30 years old, I'm probably gonna stop DJing, have my team of DJs, and then
that's what I said 15 years ago.
That's what I said 30 years ago.
And my goal is to get a wedding venue. Esa es mi meta. Para los 35, tener mi wedding venue. I don't got a DJ no more, and then I can just honestly, the first thing I do once I get my wedding venue is probably retire my parents, and then after that,
there you go. You got goals, man.
And then just get another one venue, and then once you really have a venue, like a really nice venue, then you're set. Yeah. You know, those venues, if you're charging $10,000-$15,000 for just the venue, and that's it. Like doing 100 events a year, you're good. You don't got to do anything else. You don't got to DJ anymore.
You got to maintain your reputation. That's about it.
Eso es lo que más cuesta.
It's a different.
So that's the goal.
It's a different.
For me.
¿Cómo se dice? Different animal. Owning a venue from going from DJing to owning a venue.
Yeah, but
so you
also
be more focused on the business end on it.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, I'm not going to lie, through Ivan, I kind of met a lot of owners because he was preferred vendors at a lot of places.
Yeah.
Y también on my own now, I've actually met some owners on my own. So I kind of know a lot of owners that I feel like I got kind of relationship with them where if I ever start my own venue, I feel like they would help out. You know, not look at me like it's a competition because honestly, there's work for everybody. Yeah. You know, if you look up online, how many weddings there's a year in Houston, there's about like 35,000 plus weddings a year. Like there's work for everybody here. Like it's a lot of weddings. So, but that's the goal for me. After finishing establishing myself, establish a team of DJs, and then get the wedding venue.
That's good.
Así de fácil.
Gotta work.
It's all work.
Work. That's it. Pues, fíjate que...
But if anybody has any questions, man, you know, feel free to ask me, man. I'll spit out game. Like, I don't know everything, but...
I mean, nunca me gustaron los venues. I never.
But what I do know, I'll share.
I never plan on getting a venue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's a lot of work, man.
I feel like it's a lot of time consuming.
I would just hire people.
It's more time consuming. You have to be there. You have to make sure you sell. Yeah. And if for any reason, you know, no one knows your venue, you know, it's kind of hard to pick it up.
Getting started is always going to be good.
And that's where the social media comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what Robert Serrano says. That's what I'm working on, opening up a venue. Okay. Maybe you can start with like a small one.
Congratulations. That's a bigger.
Está bien.
That's actually an achievement, you know.
Vamos ahí con los comments.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Vamos a ver.
Robert Serrano.
Okay,
he's working on opening one.
That's good.
Así es. So you're gonna grow a team of DJs.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Training them young right now. They're young.
Ramos says, Marco, we need to have lunch next week. Let's make some moves.
Yeah, man. We can invite some other DJs too, man.
Yes, sir. I'm all for it.
Very good.
Networking is always good.
Yeah.
Networking with other DJs. Growing. We used to, a lot of people don't know this, but Pete, myself, and then two other DJs, we actually started a association here, DJ association, back in.
Really? Yeah. The group chat, the Facebook group chat.
No, actual association where DJs gathered. We had kind of like what Ivan did at the.
I didn't attend all of that. I don't think I didn't met him by then.
I think we grew it. I don't know if Pete's still in the chat, but we grew.
Are we talking about the MC class?
No.
The
MC class
for Ivan.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't know him. But at that time, I didn't know him.
We had it. We had it registered and everything. It's called the HHDJ Houston Hispanic DJ Association back in. Oh, Johnny actually went once there with
And Johnny's a badass MC.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard, man. He's solid. That man gets down. Yeah. He gets down. I've heard him.
Down on it.
So props to him, because man, that boy gets down. That's where I learned a lot.
En el Woodlands.
My MCing part.
Dice ahí el Daniel Ramos, dice en el Woodlands.
Yeah,
Oh.
Robert says Ricardo's been a big mentor.
Ricardo Gil?
Yeah, Ricardo Gil.
Ajá.
How long has he been in the industry? I don't really know him. I have him on Facebook, but I don't really know him.
He's been around
He's been around for a
a
while.
couple years.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot of DJs.
He was I helped him get into the wedding industry. He used to do quinceañeras. When I met him, he was a bartender, and he was actually about to quit DJing. He's like, man, it's not working. I can't do it for $400. Like, you just got to charge more.
Yeah, that's where I started.
And people don't want to pay. It's all the excuses siempre. Es que la gente no quiere pagar.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to stay away from the quinceañeras.
Yeah.
And like just anything, I already told myself in my Instagram, my Facebook, I'm not posting Spanish
Nothing
anymore. If I
Spanish.
post a Spanish reel or a Spanish post, it's going to be like once a month, and the rest of them are going to be pure English. Porque, and I don't want to do them. Like, I really don't.
More work.
It's not the work or the responsibility. It's more of I really want to get into the really like
High-end.
Montgomery, Conroe like weddings, like really those high-end weddings. That's my goal. That's the clientele I want. The Mr. Brightside, Sweet Caroline. Like, I know I miss cumbias, and I miss playing the norteñas con sax and the peso pluma and all that. I love it, pero that's where I really want to be.
Right.
Doing the big weddings, competing with the J&As and the.
Oh, not competing, man.
It's always competition, man. It's always
No matter how you see it.
yeah.
yeah.
Pero bueno.
Not for me though. Not for me. He's cool, man. He has a team of DJs. They're all badass DJs. But I don't feel like it's a competition. I feel like there's work for everybody.
There is work for everybody.
True that.
There is work for everybody.
But that's the goal.
Okay, so Victor.
Any more questions, guys? Any questions that y'all may have here for Marco? O alguna preguntita que nos quieran hacer?
Anything at all, man. I'll answer anything.
Entra un ruido en los
Any
audífonos.
information y'all want to
Sí,
know.
el tuyo será nomás.
No, I hear shit. I hear shit. Yeah, anything, lo que quieran preguntar, aquí estamos. Una pregunta tú, ¿no?
Oh, and also something that I learned today, or not today, like probably like a week or two ago that I started doing. I actually did it to the video that I posted today. Is Instagram? You can invite collaborators now.
Okay.
So when you post something on Instagram, instead of tagging the venue, you can invite them as a collaborator. So the post appears on their Instagram and on my Instagram. So if you're, let's say you're getting married at the Springs in Magnolia.
Yeah.
If you're getting married there, you're gonna have the bride and the groom. They're most likely gonna have the venue's Instagram.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if they have the venue's Instagram, and if they see your post there, you mixing her stuff, like they're gonna obviously, if they like it, they're gonna follow you. They're gonna check out your Instagram. I actually did that for a wedding that I did last week at Willow and Barn. Which actually, I think Ivan is a preferred vendor there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I ended up helping Danny B. I was helping him out because he just got a newborn baby. So
Okay.
so I was helping him out, and I ended up actually DJing a wedding for the coordinator there at the venue, her brother's wedding, and it was at Bella Moon like 2 years ago. And he seen me. He's like, oh my God, like that's like the third wedding he's seen me at. And when I met the staff there at the Willow, and they really liked like the way I was, because I would introduce myself, you know, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Marco. I'm gonna be the DJ for today. Where am I setting up? You know, and I invited them as a collaborator. I wanted to see if they were gonna accept it. They accepted it, and now if you go to Willowwind's Instagram, you see 2 of my posts on their Instagram,
On their actual page.
on their actual page. And
Cool.
so I recommend all y'all DJs watching, presentation is like number one. You know, making sure you really get like the staff has to really like know you. Like you got to really like set that name. You know, I'm always like, you always got to be well dressed. You always got to have the proper manners. You always got to introduce yourself. And if they like you, and if you invite them as a collaborator on social media, and if your social media game is good,
Yeah.
then you're gonna get on their social media. And if you're like, say you're doing 1 or 2 weddings a week, and if you're on all of these venues, later on, like you're gonna be like in 10 venues Instagrams. You don't even gotta promote yourself or pay for ads or nothing, because you're already on the venue's Instagram.
Yeah.
That's it. Game over. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm already
Does it
on.
go up and down as they post?
Yeah. So you got to keep updating it.
So every time you go there, it's a good
So
idea.
I'm already on 2 venues' Instagram. I'm not their preferred vendors there. Maybe not yet, but I'm on their Instagram. So anybody that's getting married, if they have their Instagram, they're gonna see me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if your Instagram is good, or your Facebook or whatever, that's all you really
So
need.
that's one of the things a lot of DJs don't understand is que your social skills with the venue and the people, it's probably more important than your mixing skills.
Yeah,
Correct.
honestly, I
Probably
think
more, like
the DJing
building a
part.
relationship.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I'm of the opinion that anybody can DJ. No.
yeah. Honestly, it's so easy now. Honestly, with the new controller with the acapella, it's so
Wait,
it's easy.
There are DJs out there that don't even mix music,
Yeah, and
making a lot of money.
I know a few. It's just honestly, the reviews is what matter. Your reviews is a big part because that's what's gonna sell you to charge even more.
Yeah.
But I
So
feel
if you
like
were to say what's more important, people skills, mixing, knowing music, announcements, what would be your order out of those four?
I think the first things first,
Yeah, I agree.
and rocking weddings is making sure you can read a crowd.
Read a crowd.
Not
So you
necess-
gotta know the music.
Not necessarily mix, but read the crowd. And I told my brother this because I'm teaching him. I'm
Yeah.
telling him, bro, don't worry about mixing. Just look at the crowd. Look at who's singing. Look at how, like, even throughout dinner. There's a lot of DJs that just play a playlist during dinner, and I don't have anything against that. But me personally, and what I've learned is that I mix during dinner. I start off with slow, and then I get faster and faster and faster. I'm looking at who's singing, who's bopping their head, who okay, this person is singing this kind of song, so they might like this song. I'm looking at all of that, so by the time it's party time, it's piece of cake. Piece of cake.
There's a word that people don't realize.
So I feel like reading the crowd is your number
in,
one.
Exactly.
In marketing,
No,
it's calling niching down.
No.
You know what that means?
No.
That means like if you have all these options, you're focusing on this group, which you said you're getting rid of the Spanish weddings, you're getting rid of the quinceañeras, and so you're focusing more on the English weddings.
I'll still do them.
No, but what I'm saying is a good thing that you do that, because you see somebody bopping to, let's say, what's a good song to play during dinner that's English?
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's one that
You can use it at a party too,
if
though.
you see a brown person, a Hispanic, bopping to it, doesn't really mean that they're dancing. But when you niche down to, like, let's say white weddings, right? You know that's a song they're gonna dance to. Whereas a Hispanic wedding, that might not be a song. They know the words to it. But most Latinos are not gonna dance. I would say like 60% of Latinos won't dance to that song because they don't know it.
Exactly.
But they've heard the music and they can bop. So it makes your decision a little bit more narrow.
Something like
Because
that.
you're like, okay, that person is probably gonna dance to any 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, probably 70s.
70s, 80s, yeah.
You know, September and your celebration and your We Are Family.
Yeah, and one thing is,
So you already got one person that you know they're gonna go to the dance floor. So you work on that crowd. That person's gonna bring somebody else. So you're building that little crowd. Like if you don't start with the picture, because honestly, building up the dance floor, the first song, if you don't have nothing, it's probably the hardest thing to do.
Correct.
If you don't pick the wrong song.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, what you're saying is it's actually, you know, I'm saying for people to realize what you're saying is kind of golden.
you got to pay attention, man.
Pay attention.
Mix right from dinner. Don't, even if they give you 10 songs for dinner. Because in my questionnaire, I asked for 12 songs for dinner. That's it. I only asked for 12 songs. From those 12 songs, I think, okay, this is the vibe they want. They want it slow, they want it fast, or they have a little bit of. I try to get rid of those 12 songs as soon as possible, and then after that, then I start mixing what, like.
That's your
thing.
icebreaker.
The
Those songs are your icebreaker.
Yeah, after that, then I start putting like upbeat stuff. I always tell them during the meeting, like, hey, I know this is a song you want, but what I would recommend is the last 20 minutes.
That's a risky move. Takes guts.
Yeah.
But you got to know what you're doing. Because you can't pull it off if you have 1 year experience. You might be able to pull it off. I think you have, but it's you have to do that though, porque así vas a crecer.
Así vas a aprender.
That's how you're gonna grow.
From your
If you
mistakes.
fuck up, then it's still a good thing. I mean, you cleared the dance floor, but you realize, oh shit,
This song doesn't work.
what the fuck, man? Because when you play, you're almost like 80% sure this is gonna be a hit. This is gonna work, and then you see the dance floor like, oh shit, what happened? Where am I wrong? Let me go back to the drawing board, change it up a little bit. Maybe instead of playing Vanilla Ice, I should have played, I don't know, more 70s and 80s music, or 70s music. But it gives you a response, and that's what you need.
So yeah, and then as far as party time goes,
yeah.
I only ask a minimum of 10 songs from the bride and 10 songs from the groom. And in a specific section, it says must play during open dance. Like I have to play this song. Like I tell the bride and the groom, hey, for this specific section, this is the most important part because this is like your party time. You need to pick songs that are like danceable. Don't give me. I always tell them, don't give me 10 songs that 5 of them are slow, cause we're not. It's not gonna. I don't like playing a whole bunch of slow songs unless it's like a really older crowd. Then okay, cool.
Yeah.
Pero from those 10 songs from the bride, 10 songs from the groom, like I have to play them. Ya de esas 20, I veo, okay, she likes this, he likes this, boom, 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 boom. And then on the meeting, I just ask them, okay, based on this, I think you like this and this. And then they tell me yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I go like through every genre.
Yeah.
I start naming songs. Like if I see Yeah by Usher, okay, how do you feel about Get Low? Or what about Booty? Like do y'all want that or no? Or like y'all into that?
See your limits.
I start seeing my limits, so then I can really know what they really like and what they really don't like. And I always tell them like, hey, like, if there's certain songs that you specifically don't, I always tell them, don't think that I have to play line dances. Don't think that I have to play Uptown Funk, that I have to play Celebration, that I have to play all the mainstream songs that everybody knows. I tell them, you know, if you kind of think they're tacky, but you're telling me you want them only because you know they're going to get on the dance floor, don't tell me you don't want those songs. Yeah. Because I don't have to play those songs. I can play other songs. There's a million songs out there.
Thousands. Yep.
So I really, you know, getting close to your bride and groom and really asking them all these questions is a big part to really knowing the crowd you're dealing with, you know. That's big. Music it's a big thing to really know what your bride and groom likes and what their family likes.
Cool.
What's been your biggest challenge as far as music goes? What's been your most limiting request? Like they tell you, don't play this, don't play that, don't play this, don't play that, and then anything else it goes.
Actually, and it just happened actually this Monday, and it was a wedding for Johnny Black. This Monday I had a wedding for Johnny Black. And the bride and the groom, the groom was very picky on his music. He gave me like a Spotify playlist for the cumbias, a Spotify playlist for the norteña, a Spotify playlist for the country, a Spotify and he said, I only want these songs. And he didn't have no reggaeton, he didn't have no like danza canguro pepas, he didn't have no bachata, he didn't have no merengue,
no salsa.
He had some tierra cali, but that was.
And where were they from?
Michoacán.
Mexican.
The bride was from like Michoacán, like so she was into that tierra cali, and the groom, he was more into like the cumbias inmortales, like from like Matamoros. So they wanted like Topaz, Pegaso, the older shit. And
so how nervous were you before?
I wasn't nervous. Okay. I was just like, it's a Monday, and then they're very picky about these songs, and honestly, the crowd didn't like the groom's playlist. Like they didn't want to dance it. So that's when I told them I stayed on what I do is when I don't have
that's where you decide, am I gonna break this list, or am I gonna say, okay, let me put one song that's not on the list? What did you do? So what I do is I, like, for the first 10 minutes of the dance floor, it wasn't really like there was nobody dancing, like because of his music.
Because I try to pick the best songs, and I probably had like 1 or 2 couples, and then after that, and I was emceeing. I was telling them, come on, ladies and gentlemen, we need some people on the dance floor. Who's gonna join? Alexandra and Fernando La Pista. Come on, we need you right now. And then like I had like 1 or 2 couples join them to the dance floor and started dancing. Pero what I try to do is keep playing from their playlist. Yeah. Pa que la bride and groom vea that their playlist ain't working. And then after that, I go up to them, hey, your playlist ain't really working. May I get off of your playlist and, focus more on reading the crowd? Yeah. Right. And they told me like, yeah, you know what? Just do your thing. And I was like, okay, cool. And I start, as soon as they said that, I was like, all right, vamos. I went to my controller.
But you're still kind of working some of their songs.
But exactly. But like the Tierra Cali worked a lot, so I kind of did a lot of that. And then the Grupo Frontera worked a lot, so I did a lot of the newer cumbias. So the cumbia lights, all of that, the cumbia norteña. So I
original beat though.
When a DJ has a struggle playing from the bride and groom's playlist, keep playing from it for like 15 minutes. I agree. That way the bride and the groom, they can't complain because you're playing their playlist. Yeah,
they know their music.
And as long as you're emceeing and trying to get people on it, as long as you're giving it your all, like, because I give it my all, where there's no one, they're going to notice that. Yeah. And then they're going to be okay with you getting off of the playlist. And as long as you're rocking it, bro, that's all that matters. Like at the end of the night, my brother, he's been to all my weddings and he's never been to a wedding like that. And I haven't had, my brother, I haven't had one of those in a long time where I was struggling. Okay. Where I was struggling and it was like on and off. And at the end of the night, he heard the bride and the groom. They were like, oh my God, you played our playlist, people dance. We had a good time. You did a great job. We want to thank you for everything. Yeah. And I took a picture with them. They were happy. Like they were the happy couple. Pero like not a lot of people, it wasn't like hype and packed. Yeah. Pero people dance. I played on their playlist, their playlist didn't work in the beginning, but then I got off of it, but still kind of stayed in it.
Yeah.
As far as like the
Because
norteño.
you know what's gonna make them.
Uh-huh.
You know what's gonna make. those
Just
people
playing the
happy.
bangers, and then
Yeah.
and it worked. They stayed happy, and that's usually how I do it. When I struggle, that's how I do it. And then at the end of the night, I promise you, they're still gonna be happy at the end of the day because people are gonna dance, people are gonna have a good time, and that's I don't know.
We got a couple of comments.
Couple of questions.
Roland, see, he said, "How do you
What do you say?
mix if you're crowd surfing?" And then we have
What is crowd surfing?
I don't know. You said it when you were saying about during dinner
During dinner,
that
exactly.
you were crowd surfing. That's the word you used.
Oh, how do I mix? So how I first and foremost, I just get rid of the bride and the groom's playlist. Whatever songs they gave me, I get rid of them. Like get rid
during
of them.
dinner. Those
Yeah,
first 10 that you said.
Those
Or
first 10, I
15 or
get rid of
something.
them. Or even if they only give me 5 or whatever, I get rid of them. And
But you got to make sure they're in the room.
yes.
Because if they're out taking pictures, you're like, let me hold. You have to save those for later.
It depends on how many songs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just if I don't see them in the room, I play the ones that I'm like eh.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they give you 5 songs, you don't play them if they're out taking pictures. Because you want them to hear those songs. Otherwise,
Exactly.
they're going to be like,
You never play our playlist.
yeah, exactly.
That's what
So
the main thing.
that's the only thing I would probably say differently.
And then I usually for the white folks, I started off with like a little bit of Michael Jackson, like You Rock My World, into like Beyonce,
Something
Love on Top, a little bit something like in the 90s BPM. Then after that, then I start hitting them with like sing-alongs. So like Come and Get Your Love. Come and Get Your Love, Sweet Caroline, I Want It That Way, You're the One I Want, John Travolta, I think that's how you say it. And then I start noticing, okay, they like this, and if not, then I go into like the Uptown Funk. I don't like playing that during party. I'd get rid of it during dinner. I feel like it's overplayed, so I play
Which
during
one?
dinner.
Oh,
Uptown Funk.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I see from Uptown Funk, I can go to like I Love You, because it's the same BPM, baby. And then from there, you go into like Rock With You by Michael Jackson. You can go into many things. Boogie Shoes is around the 120 East.
114. Well, depends on what mix you have.
Yeah.
114.
What version? So it goes with like Uptown Funk. Same thing
Yeah.
with like I don't know. I don't really have. I can think about the top of my head
Yeah,
on the
that's what-
spot.
I mean,
But
if you guys are listening and you're taking notes, that's a fucking good.
but yeah, and then from there,
Y'all
then you
taking
can go
notes?
into like Ain't No Mountain High Enough. You can go into like Pretty Young Thing.
YT.
You can go into September. I have this different version, not from Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's like an upbeat version. I don't know who's the artist, but it's like a different version. You can go, man. There's so many songs that
It's a
you can
modern
play.
one.
Yeah, it's a modern. It's a new one, and
Oh,
it hits.
Got it.
That's usually what I play towards the end of dinner, like the September, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Pretty Young Thing.
So
the
these are all
upbeat.
dinner.
Yeah, the
Oh,
upbeat.
you're starting.
Like the
you're
last
starting
15,
getting
20
them- yeah,
minutes,
you're
started to get the environment moving, upbeat, get everybody
You already had a
bopping.
few more drinks, and then
And then that's when I make the announcement. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, we're going to get started with the toast. So don't forget to head over to the bar, refill your drink so you can join us for the toast. That way, everybody's bopping. They're going to the bar, getting their drinks. Boom, they come back. Best man, maid of honor ready. Boom, give them the microphone, fade the music. We need everybody's attention as our best man's going to be saying, our best man, Dante, is going to be saying a couple of words. Let's put our hands together for Dante. Boom, they clap, fade the music, give them the microphone. Boom.
Okay, that's good.
Stuff like that.
There you go. Victor asked earlier, what kind of questionnaire do you use?
What kind of question there?
Did
There's
you make it up? Did you
Word document. I just sent him a Word document. I want to get to the point where I want to have. There's this shout out to Johnny. He has this system. It's a website where the bride and the groom could just sign in on their phone or on their laptop, wherever,
He does it.
and you can just literally answer all the questions and then just like literally type in everything, and instead of like having to download a Word document, type the Word document, email the Word document, like everything's all in the website.
On that website.
And all I have to do is I just sign in with my login and I see everything.
Sounds
Like
it.
it's so easy. Like that's where I'm trying to get.
Pretty
But
cool.
I haven't had time to find somebody to design my website and then get my domain and all of that. But it's in the works. But
Yeah.
I currently have an app it's close to 100% hit every client, says Victor, but Caesar says right away it's a Bible commercial.
I don't think questionnaires should really matter. I mean, it all works. I use a Word document still to this day, and it works. Like I get compliments all the time still because of how easy the
I
questionnaire
think the
is.
most important thing is to go over the questionnaire with the client.
Yeah, that's the
So
most important
I don't
thing.
even have one. I haven't used the questionnaire in over 10 years. I
Wow.
actually hate them.
Yeah.
So the best thing, what I do is I interview them. Like, let's start from the beginning. You know, what time do you start? What time do you get started? And this is so when I have a different system. When I book them, I just book them. What do you want? Okay, I want the DJ, I want the photo booth, I want the sparklers, whatever. So we book, and then I don't even worry about it till probably a month before. And it's not a question. I just go over everything. Okay, let's start from the beginning. And I actually have some recordings. I have one recording. And to me, it's just about going over the day. I'm taking notes. They're telling me, if they say something important. I don't even ask for a playlist. If they have a playlist, I'll take it. But I'm taking notes, and I'm hearing what they're saying, what's important to them, blah, 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 blah. So it's just an interview from beginning to end. And I already got it. Maybe they have a planner. If they have a planner, I still do it because I still need to know the songs, right? The
Correct.
main song, first dance, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't used I actually hate those questionnaires because it makes it harder, I think. If you don't, like, if I give you my questionnaire and say, hey, here's what the bride and groom want, you're going to be like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is your first dance over here, but your speech is over here? And you have to, and it kind of messes you up if you're not familiar with it.
Yeah, I've had that where I've done some weddings and somebody else questionnaire. It kind of confuses me.
It sucks.
So what I just do is I
you have to interview the bride and groom. If you don't interview the bride and groom, if you interview the bride and groom before, even with their questionnaire, you can say, okay, I see that, and you can probably write it in your own way of understanding it. Because there's been a DJ that we know that no matter how you give him the questionnaire, like, he freaks out in the middle of the event and he doesn't know what to do. It's not nobody. I don't think you know him, but he'll actually freak out, like freak out.
What am I doing?
Yeah,
he gets lost.
Yeah, he gets lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. It's more like it's more like a personal, like, como se dice, un problema.
I use my comments on my Serato. After I'll put like Alexandra and Fernando, the bride and the groom's name, and then under that ceremony, reception, party, dinner, and that's it. And then I'll color code the ones that the bride chose and the ones that the groom chose.
Okay.
And then for the reception part, on the comments, I'll put like G.E and then in parentheses the couples, and then for the one for the bride and the groom, Mr. and Mrs. And then stuff like that. All in the comments. That way, I don't really need the questionnaire, but the questionnaire is more for the bride and the groom. Like, as soon as I send that contract, they give me the deposit, it's locked in. First thing I do right after, no matter if it's a year or 2 years out, I tell them, look, this is what I need from you. You have a year or whatever to know what I need, so you have time to think. What do you want?
Well, I would say about.
There's some that where I get it and it's like half empty and I'm like, what the fuck, like.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah, and I'm like,
couple of days.
I've had it where they give me the questionnaire the day of the wedding, and like I have to like I've one couple I had to tell the bride like, hey, I need the questionnaire. Okay, we'll send it tonight. Hey, I need the questionnaire. Oh, and they don't.
Yeah,
but
it always happens.
I've learned to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you just gotta
do
it on the spot.
Just rock it.
Yeah.
Aaron was in the chat. I don't know if Aaron, you still around? He said, "Good evening, gents."
What's up, Aaron?
Yo,
what's up, Franklin? What the hell? What you do to
Franklin, ¿qué le pasó? Messed up my what's it called? Oh, hey, what's up, Mike Mireles también.
Yoo-hoo.
There you go. The emotional damage DJs.
Philly, ¿te salió de Philly?
Philly,
¿Qué dice?
This Philly started using an app to capture all the information from the bride and groom. And then I have the interview meeting. ¿Cómo dice?
I create my own timeline with my own notes from the questionnaire.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So you use another app.
So here's something that I learned. If a person is going to do the questionnaire, they're probably like a type A person. Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
And they're probably going to do their own
timeline,
their own research. They're going to be the same way. Van a hacer su research, van a buscar what are some of the timelines, what are some of the music, what are some of the ways. Correct. They're going to do a lot, and they're going to give you that. So that's what I learned. The people that don't fill out the questionnaire, no matter what you do, they're not going to fill it out.
No matter what you ask.
I need it by tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can say, like, if you do, I usually try to do the last interview a month or 2 weeks before the event. And you can tell them, okay, so I need to have your songs by Thursday. Let's say it's the Thursday before their not the Thursday before, but like 10 days before their event. I'll just, I'll talk to them on Monday. Their event's not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. So I'll say, just give me the stuff until Thursday. If they don't give it to you by Thursday, they're not going to give it to you till not even the next Thursday, the Thursday before their event.
Yeah.
On most cases. Some people, I say, like, you know, if you stress it out, like, to me, honestly, if for the most part, van a quedar como 2 o 3 canciones que no. Like, usually it's the groom and mom dance. They wait till like the last minute.
The last minute, correct.
That's probably the one that's always for sure you're not going to get until.
That's why I always try to pressure them. I always try to, not pressure, but like I always try to remind them, like, hey, look, this is very important. Like, unless like I've gotten bride and grooms where they really don't care. Maybe it's their second or third time getting married.
Yeah.
But I tell them all the time, like, hey, like if you really want your wedding to be like the best it can be, this questionnaire is what's gonna make it happen. And then right after that questionnaire, I always ask them as soon as they book, hey, are you having a coordinator or are you not having a coordinator? Because that's also very important. If they're not having a coordinator, then we gotta step up to the plate. That's what I do. I gotta step up. I don't necessarily coordinate, but I make sure the efficient. Hey, after miking them up, hey, are you gonna make an announcement about phones, or you want me to 5 minutes before? Hey, as a photographer, where are the photos gonna be taken off after the ceremony? That way, I could tell the efficient to make the announcement, either for them to stay outside or for them to go inside.
Yeah,
correct.
Stuff like that, and then I gotta be like letting them know, hey, grand entrance is in 5 minutes. Like to the photographers, I gotta go line up the party. I gotta make an announcement for everybody to start making their way upstairs. And if they don't have a coordinator, I send them a timeline sample.
Yeah.
So like basically like a brief rundown of how a wedding goes from a 5-hour window.
Yeah.
And if they do, I send them the timeline sample, and then I send them like, hey, you don't have a coordinator, I highly recommend one. If you don't wanna, I have a list actually that I refer them from like the expensive ones, the middle ones, and then the cheap day of coordinators. Yeah. And I tell them, look, these are the ones that I know personally. I would recommend getting one. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to.
Right.
But here's also a timeline sample if you don't. That way you know how a wedding goes, and you can decide how you want to do it.
Yeah, depending on their budget and and that would help you out a lot too, because you don't have to be running around chasing people.
Yeah,
true that.
Well, without the coordinator, the only things that can really go wrong, cake cutting, they're not gonna have the plato and the cuchillo, and they're probably not gonna have that. I mean, just by experience, that's mostly like 90% of the time. If they don't have a coordinator, they're running. Even sometimes when they have a coordinator, they're running around looking for a plate when you already announced, okay, we're doing the cake cutting. They get over there to the cake table and they don't have nothing.
Exactly.
Bueno, y también unas cosas que yo hago is when there's no coordinator, I really step up. Like I really go above and beyond on that customer service, because when there's no coordinator, that's your chance to really get a fat ass review.
Yeah. You have to.
Like I go out there and give them their plate of food. I make sure they're fed before I start dismissing tables. I tell them, hey, what do you want to drink? Like, do you want a beer, anything from the bar, or they just want a water? I'm always checking up on them. Throughout party time too. Hey, how's everything going? Is everything good? Oh yeah, we're having a good time. Okay, how's the music going? Is that good? Is there anything particular you want to listen to, or no? It's
that's a key.
Yeah,
because you could be playing.
Because I could be having the dance floor packed, but then the bride and the groom are like, hey, okay, he's going,
and they want to be nice to you, so they're not gonna tell you.
Like, so okay, I'm always checking up on them. I'm always like going above and beyond for them, because I feel like what has sold me before, and I don't promote, I don't pay for ads, is the customer service. Building those relationships with your couples, because if they like you, if you build those relationships, they're gonna recommend you, not just because you're a good DJ, but because they like you.
Yeah.
That's a big part. And same thing with the coordinators, same thing with the photographers, with the videographers, like really like not being a dick. Like I always, as a videographers, I always introduce to all of the vendors there when I see them, the bartenders, the catering, the photographers. I introduce myself and I tell the videographers, hey, if you need audio, it's a 1/4 inch for my ceremony speaker, and it's an XLR for the indoors.
Reception.
And they're like, oh my god, thank you. Like I've never had a DJ who has offered that.
Don't even let them
Some DJs don't even let it. So I feel like that's very important, because if even a photographer, like if he likes you, they're gonna recommend you. I have people that recommend me, and
really good pictures.
And then they'll even send it to you. And I always tell them, like, hey, if you have any pictures, send them to me, and I'll make sure I'll tag you.
Yeah.
And like really, those relationships is what matters. Like honestly, you don't have to promote yourself. It's just those relationships is the key, especially on the coordinators.
One of the things you're saying, and you don't realize you're saying, is that you're actually the captain of the room. You're the leader. You're running the room, because you're the one making the announcement when there's not a coordinator.
You are the one that have the control.
By doing that, you just became like the leader of the event. You're the leader. So
pretty much.
I mean, everybody relies on you. I only say that you know this, but there's DJs out there that think their job is only to show up and play music. Like
And sit down.
sit
behind.
down.
DJing
Play
is part of it.
Candy Crush, for instance. How about that?
Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo.
But that's even going above and beyond your duties.
Oh yeah.
That's not just being a DJ. That's being customer service. Like I said, you're the leader of the room. You're the captain.
I kind of take control sometimes, even when there's a coordinator. I don't take control technically, but like now I don't want to say I take control, but
So that's one of the things that you have to kind of balance, because you are in control. You're
Regardless.
leading. You're making the announcements. You're leading, but the coordinators planned it out. So it's like a combination of two people because they plan it out. But at the end of the day, okay. So one of the situations that I run into a lot es que la coordinadora es exacta. So the reason I asked you for the challenge is because I had one that was probably the most challenging. I'm never gonna forget this wedding. There was no line dances. There was no 70s, no 80s, no country in Texas.
I bustle their dress now.
Stay away.
Caesar. God damn. I need y'all. Step it up. I almost married the bride. Damn, I need to step up. I need to step up now.
Se chupó la bruja este güey.
Yeah, Victor, he must have like 15 plus reviews.
Ese vato.
But
¿Qué
yeah, I
dice?
mean,
But yeah, going above and beyond, man. That's a key.
That's
man.
a key,
Like, customer
correct.
service, man. That's what's gonna.
stay away.
Yeah, especially
what's gonna get
when
you
they
back.
ask you, hey, we have no experience. We have never. What is that?
Te dije que se vea.
¿Cuál es?
It's growing and growing. I don't know.
Okay.
It's no big deal.
Anyway, so what I think is like a veces que cuando te dicen como yo también a veces hago muchas quinceañeras, no solo es las bodas, sino también las quinceañeras, but honestly, when the parents come up to you and they tell you, hey, we have no experience in this.
Oh.
So that's a
It's
thing,
our first quinceañera. It's
Yeah.
our first event. It's our first wedding. It's our first.
Even though they have been to many weddings,
Yeah, you
many
don't pay attention.
quinceañeras, and they feel like they're nervous about their event no matter what. So like you're saying, it's a good thing that you take control sometimes when they don't have a coordinator.
Yeah, and even if they have a coordinator, I still check up with everybody. I still check up with the coordinator a lot. If the coordinator doesn't feed them or give them their plate, I go out there and feed them, even if there's a coordinator, because some coordinators don't even do it.
Have you corrido con una coordinadora que doesn't want you to go in contact with the bride and groom?
Nah, I think there was one time where like she was very like
she would go to you
and if I went to the bride and the groom
Middle.
like me miraba, like
middleman.
she would look at me like what is he doing, and I would just check up on him. But I just kept doing my thing, because at the end of the day we're all here for the bride and the groom.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue or try to have anything negative.
You're
just 'cause-
contracted by the bride and groom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Now,
that's
if
a
you're referred by the coordinator and she's like that, then that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story,
wanna
because
keep
that means you
working.
worked with her,
Yeah.
and usually most of the time if she referred me, I don't think you're not gonna run into that issue where she's not gonna want you to come in contact with the bride and the groom.
Some want to be in control that I've run into.
Yep, so do
because
I.
they have tienen su nombre, tienen su their prestige, and they want to be the connection between the bride and I can't do that. I have to go to. I'm not gonna say I don't work with coordinators, but I've never liked that because at the end of the day, you don't know what she's telling the bride and groom, especially if you don't work with her. Like, you don't know the communication that you might tell the coordinator one thing. You don't know if that thing's going to go to the bride and groom or not.
Yeah.
No se sabe. So if the bride and groom, and same thing from the bride and groom, the bride and groom may tell the coordinator to say something. She might be like, I don't have to tell them that.
I've never had that.
But
Luckily,
but the thing is that
gracias a
you
Dios.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't never know. It can be something as little as the music's too loud, or hey, I don't want.
They don't want this.
Music,
They don't want to hear this song.
Yeah.
I think I've only had that one time at one wedding. It was actually in Bickendorf Farms in Katy,
Yeah.
Okay.
where the bride and the groom, I was like the only Hispanic there. It was full of white, like white, like red, like white, and I was the only Hispanic. As soon as I got
They wanted to
there,
hang you.
they were already like looking at me like who is this kid? Because I look like a kid, and then I'm the DJ.
White power.
And I'm not gonna lie, like that's one of the challenges that I face that a lot of people judge, and because I look young and because I'm Hispanic, and I just honestly just keep going. And at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, like we loved it and stuff." Like they changed their mind because of you rocked the event. Like they're like, yeah,
But if you sucked,
if you sucked, then ya es otro peo.
but if you sucked y luego pues
¿Qué estaba pensando?
te pones ahí.
Pero yeah, the social media we went over, the questionnaire we went over, really stepping up and building those relationships, customer service, going above and beyond.
Speaking of social media, dice aquí el Víctor un comentario.
Okay, so vamos a esperar en ese. Okay, el de
Víctor, let's talk about subcontract.
We'll get into that.
A ver.
Oh, Victor, he really wants that question. Algo va a tener.
Por eso.
Subcontracting.
Okay, so wait 1 second. Yeah, we'll get on to subcontracting because we have some questions too.
A ver, ¿qué lo que?
DJ Reggaeton, what's good DJ?
No le toques el cuco.
Common Groom DJs can input also. Okay, so that's actually...
What have we not gone over?
No toques la del cuco. Sergio Ruiz. Sergio's in the wedding industry.
Was good.
Okay, so... We don't know.
So yeah, we went over social media. We went over...
Okay, so let's do this.
What else?
Subcontracting. You're saying you're going to start hiring DJs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we all know when you send a DJ, he's your representation of
your company.
They're going as DJ Marco Entertainment. What are the rules? And I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying because something happened or I heard something. I'm just saying in general. What's the rule?
To you.
Or in general, what should be the rule?
In general?
Because, okay, so let's say when you're starting out, you don't have a lot of events. You can say, I'm just going to leave my card even though I'm coming from company B. And or even with the clients. The client comes up, hey, I need your card. You're working for XYZ company.
So what I do before I start talking about rules with different subcontracting, what I personally do is if I'm subcontracting for somebody, I always tag unless I'm not like, if it's just a one event and done, then I won't tag because, you know, it's just a one event
but
and done. I'm just like, if it's something like last minute. At the event, if somebody asks me for a business card, I don't give it to them. I tell them, hey, here's this person's Instagram. Here's contact them. If you want my info, contact them and they can give it to you. I'm actually through their company representing today, so I can't give out my info, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I would love to rock your wedding, but I can't do it. So if you just want my information, just either request me or ask for my information, and if that person gives it to them, cool. Y si no, pues no hay pedo. I don't really care about it because, you know, one thing I don't like is just trying to cut somebody. I'm not like that.
That's rule
one thing
one.
that Ivan taught me is, and that I've learned, and I've even seen it from other DJs. You know, I've seen DJs gone and pass through that they try to do that and they ended up having a bad reputation, and that's big. And it's not just in the DJ industry, but I think it should be in life. You shouldn't really try to undercut somebody. You know, you got to pay where the credit is due.
Yeah.
So I always tag. Now, as far as the rules goes, when you're subcontracting somebody, I feel like every company is different. Every company has different rules. Every company, like I have some companies telling me you have to tag, and I have some companies where they're like, they don't really care. So it all depends on that relationship that you have with that company. That you know, when people subcontracting for me, I set the standards. I let them know, look, this is what I want, and this is what you can do. This is what you cannot. Yeah. You can take the gig, or you can't.
Yeah.
But I pay really good. I pay all my DJs $150 an hour. I don't pay them anything less, you know, because I value their time. But I tell them, look, I'm gonna pay you more, but this is what I want, and this is my expectations.
You gotta meet the standards.
You know, but every company is different, so it all depends. But one thing is, you never give your business cards away. Yeah. You never put your name out there.
How
that's pretty much it. I don't know what other questions y'all have as far as like the subcontracting goes.
No, I think that's a big topic. So G-Man and I have worked
many times.
7 years, 10 years.
Actually, I've had some issues where I'm subcontracting for somebody. Like even on Monday, it was for Johnny Black. And I work with Ruth with Devoted Events. I don't know if you ever work with her.
No.
I don't know.
And I've worked with her many times before I even like work with her through Johnny. So she already knows me. But even at that event, even if they were to ask me, and even though she knows that I have my own company and she has my me as a friend on Facebook, I still let them know like, hey, you know, like it's at that wedding, I gotta give, you know, I can't give my cards away. It's more it's Johnny Black's info because
That's it.
because at the end of the day, that's what you're representing. Now, if it was somebody else, and if it was my own event, then that's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when it's your.
I mean, when it's your own event, I
you
mean,
do
of
whatever
course.
you want.
Mhm.
So, because we worked together for about 7-8 years, and it's always been like I've never had a problem with him. I don't think he's ever had a problem with me. I've actually told him. He calls me, hey, me dicen que quieren tarjeta. I don't have your information. Just give me yours. Dale tu. No, pero no puedo.
And some DJs are like that, like Jeff
No
Bissell.
puedo. Yeah.
I've done a gig for him, and he was like, "Hey man, if you want to give your info, go ahead and give your info." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then that's why I say, like, if you're subcontracting for somebody, you should really talk to that person that you're subcontracting and really, not necessarily set the rules, but just know and talk to one another. That communication is key, and just communicate with them. What do they expect? What do they want? Because some companies may not care, and some companies do care.
The only reason I give him that privilege is because we have a working communication, and you know, he's already told me, like, they're asking for information. I don't have any cards, and I'll tell him, just give him your information. He might say, no, you know what? He still says, I'm gonna give him your information. They're gonna probably call you or not, and I keep that, you know, I keep it in mind. So I always ask, how did you hear about me? Whatever, when I'm interviewing. I say that because it happened here once. You know, he gave me the key. I came in here. There was a lady outside, and she saw me opening the door. I was like, hey, you're the DJ, right? Like, yeah, I'm one of the DJs. So I'm talking to the lady, and she's like, oh, I have a quinceañera, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. So I talked her up. I sold her on it. And then I gave him his card, which is right outside the door. I don't think it's fair that that is stealing a client from him. Because even though I talked to her, I'm in his place. This is his office. This is Excellence Entertainment. So, and the reason I say that is because people think, okay, you know, he would have never found out.
But I'll tell you.
At the end of the day, it comes out. They're gonna find out.
Well, even if it doesn't come out,
exactly.
It's a measurement of your personality. Like, you should hold yourself accountable for that, to that standard.
Another thing, it's how you trust this person.
Yeah.
You know how loyal
it's
you
hard
are.
To find DJs to trust. It is very hard.
It is hard. But what I can tell you is, if this guy has a key to my office, it's for a reason.
For a reason.
You know, because we have done so many events, we have worked together for so many years, and
that's a good thing, man.
I'm not gonna take a client from him. He's not gonna take a client from mine.
Yeah, and there's work for everybody, man.
Exactly.
But I don't think that's about the work. I think people think they can get away with it. Yeah. Like, you know, if I send somebody to an event, they go cover it. You know, a client comes up and asks them or a guest comes up and asks for a card, they give out their card. I'm never gonna find out unless it's a coordinator, and the coordinator knows you.
That knows you, correct?
Hey,
this guy.
Coordinators will probably, if they're cool with the company, they're gonna go and tell them.
Yeah, they will go.
I've not. It hasn't happened to me because I don't do that, but I've heard so many stories from many different DJs. Like the DJ industry is dirty, man. It's a lot of. That's why it's.
Loyalty is everything.
It's hard to find, good DJs out there.
And I think you're gonna run into that when you start hiring these DJs, because the more DJs you have, the more that's gonna change. Mm-hmm. And I honestly think, and I mean, might sound bad, but I think it's more in the Latino community, because you don't see that with white DJ companies. More in the Latinos, I think. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe.
I've still seen it in the white.
Really? Oh shit! No, not me.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
All right.
Rosie says loyalty is everything. 100%. Claro que sí.
Así es.
Lisa Victor. G-Man helps me out. Never. He doesn't tag me.
I don't even tag myself.
I don't even tag. I don't believe in tagging.
I got a QR code on the back of my car. Ya estás tirando.
I don't do QR codes. I think it's cool. I think I've never really tried it, so I don't know. I don't really try it.
I got a QR code in the back of my car.
Signage, yeah.
I just my business card is simple. It literally says DJ Marco Entertainment. It has my name, Marco Antonio Gutierrez, and then it has my Facebook, my Instagram,
Marco Antonio Solis,
and then it has my phone number, my email, and then on the other side it says DJ, MC, and event specialist. Boom, that's it. And on the back card it has my logo. That's it. It's basic, easy, simple, straightforward. I got it actually from who I used to work with. I got the layout sample, and I just changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the layout is the same, like the information. They just, as long as they have your Facebook, your Instagram, as long as they have your social media and your phone number, that's all they really need.
So one key would be to keep all the social medias and all the things the same.
That is correct.
Sergio dice, los compas son los más gachos.
Déjale contesto aquí.
Pregúntame, dice este.
Pregúntame, cabrón, pregúntame.
Mira el replay que le puse.
I forgot.
Los compas.
Los chumpas.
Los
Los
compas.
Oh, lo mismo.
Los
Yeah.
chupas. La bruja.
But yeah, we talked about the social media.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, no, we haven't really gone into social media because I see you posting every week. You're posting something.
So, okay.
We have
So
not
one thing,
gone into.
we haven't gone into depth with it.
Yeah. Well, you did give some good cues earlier.
Yeah, as
Y'all
far as the
missed it. Y'all gonna
collaboration
have to
goes.
really watch this.
If y'all weren't here in the beginning, y'all should go in the beginning. It's a lot of and one thing's also some other things that I know, and honestly I learned from my brother because my brother is viral on TikTok. Y'all can go see his TikTok is Acentix. He's viral for Fortnite.
Okay.
He really knows how to do the algorithm. He knows he's watched like.
You know what? I think it's kind of hard to go viral with DJs.
Actually, no.
Well,
it's easier. I grew 17,000 followers in 3 months.
Okay.
But there's certain rules that you can't do, and I see a lot of DJs do this. And I've told DJs to try to help them, but they kind of take it a certain way. But one thing about posting,
pay attention, guys. Pay attention.
One thing about posting on your Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok is I see a lot of DJs they post horizontal. And then they have black on the bottom and black on the top. So that's one thing that hurts your algorithm. Another thing is when you edit on TikTok or Instagram and you download the edited video on your phone, it has that TikTok logo. And if you post it on Instagram, it's gonna hurt your algorithm because TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are 3 different platforms. They don't get along. So I see even like Ivan. I think he's always posting. And it has the sign of other social medias, and I'm not trying to call out or anything. I'm just setting an example.
There's a lot of people do that,
and that hurts your algorithm. It really does hurt it. Another thing is I see a mistake is a lot of people post. They'll edit like 7 or 8 reels, and then they'll post them all in the same day.
Oh yeah.
And
I try to do about 10 a day.
Every time I open my Instagram, it's like
and one thing
DJ
is
Francisca.
And one thing you don't want to do is post a whole bunch of them on one day and then
I post
until the next week.
Whatever you do,
consistency is posting 1 a day or 1 every 2 days. If you can post 2 a day, I try to do 1 a day. Right now I haven't been posting consistently, but you just post 1 a day or 1 every 2 days. That's how you really grow it. And don't worry about the likes in the middle and at the time, just as long as you're posting consistent and as long as you're posting something quality or something that's entertaining, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, your algorithm is just gonna keep going up and up and up.
I would
and up
say
and
that
up.
even if you don't know what you're posting, you gotta figure out what you just gotta post. You gotta post because at the beginning you're not gonna know what's gonna hit.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going to hit more. And you have to experiment. So that's what I'm doing. 10 a day.
And what hit for me is what I noticed is that a lot of DJs don't really do other than probably like Nick Spinelli, Justin the DJ. A lot of like the really big known names in the social media world is a lot of DJs don't post transitions. And I know it's hard because, you're DJing on your own. You don't a lot of people don't really bring roadies, but you know. And I tell people all the time, look, just if you have a little brother, if you have a cousin or a friend, and as long as he has a suit, I literally went to Express. I bought my brother like 2-3 suits. They were like $500 each, but I bought them. I invested into him, and I told him, look, I'm gonna pay you $150 a day. You help me set up, tear it down, and you just record. And all I do is, as I'm mixing, before I mix the next song, I tell him, all right, here record. When you hear the next song, then stay on me for like a second or two if I'm doing something fancy, and then just go to the crowd. And I feel like as long as you're posting good transitions or you're posting something good, then it's gonna get likes because it's a good transition. People are dancing, and even if it doesn't get likes, whatever client is trying to book you, they're not gonna care about the likes. If they like the transition, if they see that the dance floor is packed, they're gonna book you. And honestly, all of the inquiries that I've gotten, I've only gotten 1 inquiry that didn't book. All of my inquiries I've been booking because the videos, they sell themselves. The videos sell themselves. Now, the reviews come in, that's where you can charge more. But to book, honestly, as long as you have a good social media, that's all that really matters. Now, if you want to charge more, then that's where the reviews comes in. Because if you're getting reviews every week, then you can start charging more.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. Once I get to like 50 reviews or 100 reviews, then I'm going to charge more. And then once I get to 150, 200, then I'm going to charge like probably like a lot more. That's my goal.
Got it.
So post consistent. Don't edit on the app. I don't recommend editing on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It sucks. Their editing tool sucks. Download CapCut. CapCut is the app that I use. I edit everything on there. I would recommend buying some DJI microphones. Some DJI microphones. Plug it into your booth on your controller, and then record the whole wedding. And then on CapCut, just add that audio to your transition video, and it'll make it sound a lot clearer. And if it sounds clearer, yeah, it's a lot of work. But if it sounds clearer, if it's more appealing to the eye, people are gonna like it. And if it likes, it's gonna grow. And if it grows, you're gonna have more viewage, and then a lot of people are gonna see it. You're gonna get more increase.
Channels that Mixer has. It has eight channels. So I put a lavalier on myself and record. Sometimes you get some.
If you're booking every inquiry, it's time to raise your rates. Yes, I'm actually about to post my rates on Johnny, social media for everybody to see.
Gems.
I'm actually about to post my new rates on social media. Literally, like I'm not gonna be. It's not gonna be a secret anymore.
I would say if you're booking every week, you should probably double it. Double what you're charging and see. Test the water.
That's where I'm in the works of, but I don't know. I'd rather be booked 3 times a week than just one, but more expensive. I'd rather be booked 3 times a week. I'd rather do 150 weddings than do 50 weddings, but they're expensive. Like I want to get as many weddings as I can right now, so I can get as many reviews as I can right now. And so I can have as many rocked events. That way, once I already have all of these reviews and all of this, then I can start charging a lot more. Because right now on my Facebook page, I only have, I think, like 12 reviews or 11 reviews. Now on Ivan's page, I probably have like 30 something reviews on his page. But since I barely started on my own like 9 months ago, 10 months ago, I had to start from scratch. So right now I'm still in the works of those reviews. So I'm thinking about going up. I know I'm going to go up, but I'm not going to go up tremendously because I still don't have the reviews. And honestly, yeah, my transitions, they sell themselves, but the reviews is what really can escalate you from charging $1,000, $1,200 to $2,500 or $3,000. Like I know there's a DJ out there. He knows who he is. He's charging $5,500 for him for 5 hours, like a basic package. He's charging $5,500. $5,500 for a basic package, 5 hours. I think it includes like 20 uplight ceremony. Yeah, somewhere in Houston. Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, like my respects, because I want to get there. But what comes in is those years of experience and those reviews. So
I think he's a hustler.
Yeah, so reviews is a big part. How I get my reviews is and I should have probably screenshot it and send it to y'all so I could show the screen. But after rocking the event,
you paid for them. I'm pretty sure, right?
Nah, hell no.
Take him on $100 right here.
Did you send him a Starbucks?
I know a lot of DJs have like automated emails where they email the bride and the groom. I try to stay away from emails. I try to do text messages because it's a lot more personal. And it's on their phone. Yeah, it's text messages right there. So when I get a bride to text me that next day or the next few days or whatever, hey Marco, I just want to say, like, I even posted it on my story like a few days ago. The bride said, hey Marco, I just want to say thank you for making Miguel's and I's the best night of our life. You absolutely crushed it and blah 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 blah. We had a good time. How I respond so I can lock in that review is I say their name, hi, what was her name? Hi, Angelica, it was a pleasure to DJ y'all's wedding. I always say, I hope y'all enjoyed it, because if you say you hope, they're going to be like, oh no, we definitely enjoyed it. Like, I don't say, I know y'all enjoyed it. It's like, I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was a pleasure and one to remember. And then I say, thank y'all for having me. Wish y'all the best on y'all's new adventure. And then I put like some bride and groom emojis. And then I say, cheers to Mr. and Mrs. and whatever the last name is. So like, and that at that time it was like, cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Munoz. Put a little toast emoji. Make it nice, pretty, simple, and send it to them. And then they're gonna respond like, oh no, definitely, you crushed it. Blah blah blah. They're gonna send you this long paragraph, or they might send you a short paragraph. And based on how they respond, then you can post that as a review, because they already basically gave you a review without you asking for it. Or you can be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that that they send you a fat ass paragraph. You say, I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed it like that. If it would take a minute of your time, if you can leave me a recommendation or review on my Facebook page, it would really mean it would really help me for future bookings and to let future couples know my work. Yep. And then after that, they just leave the review, and that's it. Piece of cake. You don't have to pay for anything.
Some people don't realize the power of helping like you can also say you can
And-
help somebody else have the same experience.
And most of
as
the
yourself.
time, honestly, for me, they reach out to me on their own because I'm building that relationship from the very beginning. Like, honestly, I'm checking up on them and doing that Zoom. Like, really, I try to do little jokes, but not like I don't know. It's just certain
No, you
things
gotta
that
break the ice,
you gotta
obviously.
really
Definitely.
like get personal with the couple. Like, don't just do a questionnaire, send it, get it back, and not do a meeting. Always do a meeting. I used to do just phone calls, but now I'm into the Zooms. And Zooms is where it's at. I started doing Zooms probably like 3 months ago. Before that, it was just phone calls. And that's how I was working my events. A Word document and a phone call a week before. 2 weeks before, I would reach out, hey, Angelica and Miguel, on a 3-way text. I just want to let y'all know, we're getting closer to the wedding, so just please make sure to have that questionnaire filled out. It is very important for y'all's wedding. And if y'all need any questions or need any help filling it out, feel free to let me know. Boom. I'm like, oh my God, they'll just be like, okay, thank you, and whatever. As long as they give you the questionnaire, the ones they give you the questionnaire, set that Zoom for the week of or the week before, and that's it. That Zoom is your chance to really like get personal with them. But honestly,
so you rather do the week before or maybe 2 weeks out?
I try to do a week before because honestly, 2 weeks before, a lot of changes can still happen.
Yeah.
A lot of changes can still happen 2 weeks before, so I try to do the week of, like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Monday,
Pretty
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I did
Thursday.
3K for 6 last week. I don't want to talk
Mándales
about.
paletas.
I don't want to talk about money.
Mándales paletas,
I
dice.
don't like talking about money.
¿Quién dijo?
Sergio Ruiz, dice, mándales paletas.
For me, it's not a competition. I don't.
Money?
Este vato.
Everybody has their own price. I think so too.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to charge. And then what I see a lot from DJs is like they say, oh, I charge $1,800. And they're doing like $500 events.
I
So-
mean, I just keep my mouth shut and I just let them talk. Like, honestly, like it just like I don't know. I
think
just
there's only one DJ
keep it
that
to
I've
myself.
heard they charge so much and they stick with it.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of the top dogs that I know that have really big successful DJ companies, they honestly keep this stuff to themselves. They keep their circle small, and as long as you're just putting that customer
Do what
service,
you gotta
bro,
do.
just do what you gotta
Focus
do.
on your business.
That's it.
Customer service, going above and beyond, like this. That's big. That's one thing that if y'all know Ivan, he gets booked like a motherfucker, and I learned a lot from him going above and beyond, and that's honestly, you don't need to promote, you don't need to pay for ads. If you just go above and beyond, like they're gonna get you that review, and they're gonna keep recommending you because they like you. They're gonna remember you. They're gonna be like, it's big. And especially on the coordinators, don't be a dick. Don't give them attitude. Just say like, I got you. You're the chief, I'm the Indian. That's what I tell them. You're the chief, I'm the Indian. I tell that to the coordinator, and she just starts laughing, and then boom, like, and then just listen to what they got to say. Introduce yourself all to all the vendors. That way they know who you are. Give the audio to the videographers and the photographers. Let them know a few minutes before. I always let the best man and the maid of honor know for toast. I was like, hey, the videographers and the photographers, they're going to tell you where to stand because they're going to know where's the best shot. I don't tell them where to stand, stuff like that. Okay. It's just small stuff like that. If you just help out the other vendors, because at the end of the day, you're there for the bride and the groom. Like, we're all a team.
Straight up. Yeah.
We're there to make their day happy.
Yeah.
Make their day easier more than
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's pretty much it.
QR code, los compas. I think the chat
Oh, yeah. We got off on social media. The social media part.
If the coordinator is in India.
So one of the things that you've been doing that I don't see DJs do, and I think it would help us a lot, is being personal or doing videos where you're talking, hey, I'm at this event, blah, blah, blah. Johnny did that a lot. Actually, he did that.
What do you mean, like live videos?
No.
Like on your
talking.
story, like, hey guys, I'm out here
event.
at the Springs, we're ready to rock it, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for videos, blah, blah, blah.
I think that gives people more a different angle on who you are.
I feel like I agree with
More
that,
personal.
and I do it because I have a lot of bride and grooms that follow me. I have a lot of bride and grooms that follow me, so I try to do that so that way they could see, like, every week have updates. And I always tell my bride and grooms, hey, if you don't have me on social media, add me on social media. So every week I'm posting every single wedding, every week, and I'm posting all the weddings. That way you can see my work, like that way, because some people, they don't book right away. They might tell you, okay, we're gonna think about it, or we're gonna know.
You never know where your next booking's gonna come from. It could be like, you did a wedding for somebody, they were happy, and then all of a sudden they're
If the coordinator's in Indian.
¿Quién dijo?
Caesar.
Salen ahí. Ya no me salen.
Oh, no?
Refresh. The coordinator's an Indian.
You're screwed.
Because I say, you're the Indian. You're the chief. I'm the Indian.
That's where it came from, huh? Despídete, Marco. Bye.
Hasta la próxima.
Está buena, no, estuvo bueno. It was a great show, guys. Yeah.
What happened to my message?
Vamos a ver a quién traemos next.
But if anybody has any questions as far as social media or
questions and
anything at all, as far as like the DJ wise or
Tiren
gear,
sus
production,
piedras.
prices, anything, feel free to ask all of us. It's not just me. But we got Elegante, we got G-Man. They're all been in the industry for many years.
Yes, sir.
I'm only here. I've only been full time for almost 4 full time.
Wow.
No, así es. Last thoughts.
Últimas
Messages.
Preguntas, últimos recursos, últimas piedras, no sé qué se quieran tirar.
CapCut is an editing app. Yes, CapCut is an editing app.
It's
You got your own chat going on.
Es
Shit.
CapCut.
CapCut.
Actually, I could probably show them.
Así. Para que vean cuál es
Where's CapCut?
la forma de cómo hacer tus
CapCut,
shorts.
how do you do it on the computer?
I don't know. Actually, I think the computer is harder for me. I
It's a
learned.
little easier.
For real?
Yes, you can just drag, drop, and then type,
So,
and then
edit.
And go.
Edit.
and then you can save a little.
Yeah.
template.
So basically, where's the camera? This is
Pásala aquí,
CapCut.
pásala aquí.
Like those.
Ahí está.
Oh, shoot.
Ahí está, espérate. Se cerró la bruja.
Yeah. So that's CapCut right there. You can control like the text messages, how long you want them, what you want, fonts, everything. You can control certain things. Like right here, I added this part of the video. You can control how long. Like you can put animations. Like
Templates. If you
do
want to
everything
templates.
on CapCut, and you have one video, and then you just post it separately on the platforms.
Yeah,
Like that's
export
the
it,
way to go.
Take off the mark at the end.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much that's what I use for all of my videos. And
Have you seen? You take time to do the captions, the hashtags.
hashtags? I try to stick with the same hashtags. And I try not to do more than 5 hashtags. After 5 hashtags, it's too many hashtags for me. I've
After
seen
5?
Yeah, after 5. Maybe the max I've probably done is 8.
So I don't think.
Hashtags do help, but I think if you have like 30 hashtags, I've seen some DJs out there that they put like 30 hashtags, and I'm just
I
like,
think what
it's like a whole bunch of hashtags and then just a little caption.
Number 1 is the content.
Yeah.
Number 1, you have to have good content. If you don't have
True
good
that.
content, don't matter because
Don't matter how many hashtags.
The algorithm goes by how many views or how long they view your video. If you have a 1-minute video and they only used to view the first 10 seconds,
They're not gonna put it out
they're
there.
not
And
gonna,
the first 3 hours also is knowing your analytics on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. There's
La madre pinches palabras,
If-
analytics.
if you
¿Qué
go
es
to
eso?
your settings, the little
Lo
3 dots,
analizamos.
and then you go to analytics, it'll show you it'll show you how long your viewers watch your video until what second they watch it, and then they go to the next. It'll show you what's the age group of your viewers, what gender is your viewers, at what time do your followers are more active the most. That's a big part. If you go to Instagram and you look at your analytics, if your followers are, or if you have most of your followers are active at 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
you want to post an hour before p.m. Because
So they can
when you post a video, the first 3 hours of when you post that video or that reel, that's what's gonna determine if it's gonna blow
Yeah.
or if it's gonna not
Yeah,
blow.
yeah.
So posting an hour before
Ooh.
your most
some good knowledge there.
when your
Depend- 'cause
followers
everybody's
are
different.
active the most.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Your followers might be different.
Exactly. So go look at your analytics and
Yeah.
know when are they active the most, and if it's 4 or 5, do an hour before, and then that way you get the most views and the most it's the bigger chance for your video to go off.
So I have the opinion that you should post for that, like you're saying, for the best time, but you should also post for the long term, the long tail, what they call the long tail. Your video is gonna be up there, and I mean you should always make it good no matter what. But you're also gonna get views as time goes. So like you'll get the most, like you said, in that little time window of the first hour. But it's still gonna
keep growing. That's why I said
growing.
posting consistently. Don't post like 3 reels in one day. Like post 1 reel every 1 or 2 days, but just keep posting consistently.
Yeah.
And as long as the other ones keep getting like, let's say you post for a whole week every day, 1 reel a day, and they didn't pop off. But then the next week you post another one that day, and that one popped off. Just because that one popped off, they like it. Then on their screen, next time they open Instagram,
Yeah.
another one is gonna pop up. Maybe an older one. and maybe you didn't. They're gonna start feeding each other, and they're gonna start. All of them start growing. Like right now, a lot of my older videos, the ones that I posted from last week, they were only like at 20 something likes, 30 something. Like now they're like at 50, 60 because the one that I posted today it already hit I think almost 100 likes. So yeah, like that's why I said post consistent is the best way to go. Don't post 10 5 2 reels, and don't do more than 5 hashtags. And if you're gonna do hashtags that are the topic about your reel. So what I do is wedding DJ. Why? Because I'm a wedding DJ. Wedding because it's at a wedding, or transition, it's a transition. You know, do hashtags that explain your content. Don't do hashtags that are off the topic. Don't just do you know.
If you're doing a quinceañera, don't put wedding DJ.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. But yeah,
I mean that's the point.
That's basically.
So it should all align. So if you do a mix, let's say you're going from your what do you call your transitions videos. You put the music, you know, believe it or not, YouTube, everybody can identify music. Mm-hmm. So as long as everything's consistent, like if you're mixing Frontera, you know, song number 1, song number 2, and you put, you know, Fito Olivares on the hashtags, it's going to throw it off. It's going to throw it off because it doesn't define the video. Everything should be, like you're saying, people put 30 hashtags. That's actually hurting them because has nothing to do with the video. So
and stick to the same hashtags, obviously, because you're a wedding DJ. Stick to the same hashtags. Don't, because honestly, I stick to wedding DJ hashtag because that's what I am. And if you click on wedding DJ hashtags,
I would say something to that. You still want to vary it a little bit. You put the hashtag too many times, it's gonna be more. You're also going into the spam territory. You're using it too many times. So
yep.
You do want to play around with it. Stick to, let's say, I mean, it's work. At the end of the day, it's work that's going to bring you work. You're working to get capture. So you want to say, like, maybe you have a list of 50 hashtags. You want to kind of work around it. Like you say, you use 5. I use these 5 now.
Yeah.
But it still has to define the video. I mean, if you want to keep wedding DJ, we still don't know. It's still unknown when it becomes spam. But if you're always doing wedding DJ stuff and it's consistent to wedding DJ stuff, then I would say still use it.
Correct.
Yeah, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot.
We were talking about hashtags, videos, aligning it.
Estamos preguntando de quién íbamos a traer la próxima semana. Dice Iván que traigamos a Carlos Ramírez.
I can't see his comments because he has me blocked.
Oh. Emotional damage, por favor.
Emotional damage. It's alright. I don't have any hate or anything negative.
Emotional damage.
I just
Chupola, bro.
I just do me, man. I just do me and just keep doing me, bro.
What happened?
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Chupola, bro.
I just do me. Yo no guardo rencor. Yo no guardo rencor.
Emotional.
No,
It's alright, man.
nos estamos oyendo.
Traemos al pinche Chuck.
Pinche. ¿Ponta?
Pendejo.
Extrañamos al...
Sí, güey.
al Chuck.
Le vas a lastimar sus
Ey.
sentimientos.
Emotional damage también.
Ay.
Me pasé. I mean,
demasiado romántica.
It's the truth at the end of the day.
Está bueno.
La
pues.
verdad.
Lastimosamente, Marquito, no te pudimos tener sentado en las laps de Chuck, que era lo que Carlos quería, que ibas a soltar la verdad.
Ya, Carlos ni puso comments. He probably was taking notes.
Nomás anda ahí de calenturiento y ahí nomás también te tiene bloqueado.
Nah, Carlos, no.
Ay, güey. Ahí llegó el pinche Franklin Rocha, por favor, su entrada.
Franklin.
Ya
llegó Franklin.
Vámonos, sí.
What time is the show in?
I'm on the...
Whatever you want.
Right now.
Really? Till 2 in the morning?
We have been here till 2 in the morning.
Despídete.
Le decimos a Chuck. Despídete, Chuck. Bye.
Ya te llegó Wi-Fi en tu rancho. ¿Quién quiere leche?
Estos güeyes.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Ya estás.
Practice. A lot of DJs. When I used to work with the companies to work with, a lot of DJs that I knew, they don't practice. They
just
and
go
I
out
feel
there.
like whether you're 10 years into this, whether you're 20 years into this, whether you're 5 years into this, you don't start practicing. Even the NBA players today that they're in the NBA, they practice every fucking day. Just you don't practice.
Nah.
Neither do I.
That's because
Bullshit.
y'all the OGs. But I'm talking about like for all the other people, even for me, like if you practice, you
I
can
think
never
you do have to practice.
you can never
to a
be
certain
caught.
point.
You can never be caught lacking. Like
I think
I
I,
don't know.
practice too much on those live Facebook videos throughout COVID.
Uh-huh.
Remember? That's when I practice a
Oh,
lot.
COVID.
I think I over practice.
yeah, I don't know.
It was at least once a week I was doing a live video,
really.
live streaming, because we didn't have anything to do. So
And I tell that to the people that I'm training to. I'm training to young people. I tell them, man, if you're just putting, they're young, so they don't really have like a big job. So I tell them, look, man, if you're putting 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day just practicing, whether it's not DJing, whether it's at least talking in the mirror with the microphone and just saying the stuff that you gotta do, your body language means a lot. Like just practice, man. If you practice and if you really master your craft, you're gonna be one of the top dogs. You're gonna get inquiries. You're gonna get booked because you're basically the one that practices is gonna be the one that doesn't practice. So that's why I say like, practice, man. Whether y'all 10 years into this or not, like practice. I practice every day.
te habla Franklin Rocha. Can you read
Gym
his
free Wi-Fi, ando al gym.
no, el último que puso?
Aprende, tomas notas.
Dice,
I practice at Arandas.
Victor, my bad, it's not Franklin.
Nacarandas.
Es Nacaranda.
I mean, I'm not talking about with the real
Okay.
crowd.
Restaurants. What do you think about restaurants?
Hit the spot.
I think the only restaurant I have is probably Food Zone.
Emotional damage.
The only restaurant I probably have is Food Zone, and honestly, Food Zone is not even mine. Food Zone is the new Food Zone. I think DJ Crazy Lou, he's the one that does the new Food Zone, because I'm not even gonna say why, but he does the new Food Zone, and I do the old one. But I only do it probably when they ask me when I'm off, and then I tell them, hey, these are my available dates.
I'll be honest, I never liked them.
But I try not to. Honestly, I'm right now. I'm doing it because money's green. Any money is good money for me. I'm taking all.
Right.
I'm taking as many gigs as I can. But at one point,
Tenemos ahí.
restaurants are good for the slow season. It's consistent work, and consistent money is better than no money. So I mean, restaurants are good, but if you're sooner or later, I'm trying to get into the weddings. I'm trying to stick to it. I mean, I'm already in it, but I'm trying to stick to it. So sooner or later, I'm probably gonna stop, and I'm gonna give them to my DJs.
The restaurants?
Yeah, let them get
Good
the
practice.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
And Franklin Rocha is the best and most disciplined DJ at practicing his craft consistently.
Who said that?
Mike Morales.
Mike Mireles. Mikey Mike.
I gotta read the comments from. Let me see. I gotta mute this.
A ver.
Constantly.
Ya está. Who said that? No, está bien.
Mike Morales.
Mike Mireles.
I wonder what they said.
All right. How to do 4 sets of 15. Stay away.
But yeah, practice, man.
How to do
Even
Even though you think you're the best.
Do you think Carlos practices?
I'm no comment. I don't know. No comment.
Nos callamos.
I don't know. But all I
Espérame,
know.
mira. He went blind.
All I know is that my boy Carlos is getting constant reviews, and so that means he's rocking. So that's all that matters.
Emotional damage.
Oye,
Da
el
gratis comida en restaurante y también gratis bebida. Yo no tomo, and when I'm working, I don't drink alcohol. That's another thing about me. I don't drink when I'm DJing. I honestly gotten a lot of compliments, even from venue owners and coordinators, that they're like, "Oh my god, like the last DJ we had got drunk or blah 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 blah." Like I don't drink.
DJ son borrachos.
Órale. Borracho.com.
Somebody told me I was.
Nah, if you're DJing at a club, that's a little bit different. But even when I DJ in the clubs, every now and then, I still don't drink because honestly, I feel like I lose my concentration. Like I can't think.
Can't think.
Ando todo borracho.
Ese vato.
It don't flow. It don't flow the same.
Where
way.
is G-Man?
Yes. Qué baboso.
I'm the new G-Man. You don't see me on this chair? I'm just kidding.
He's got my chair now.
But yeah, man.
Emotional damage.
Practice. I would say, practicing mixing is probably common, but people don't realize you gotta also practice mic.
MCing is big. Knowing how to hold the microphone. A lot of DJs don't know how to hold the microphone right. Yeah, see. And
I see that shit.
¿Cómo era?
and honestly,
Emotional
I'm
damage.
thinking about I'm gonna make a script. I actually made a script when I was working with Ivan. I made a script that I gave to, I think it was Javier and DJ Crazy V.
Yeah.
It was
Did they use
it was
though?
yeah. I mean, I think it helped him. It helped Javier a lot. You know, he's my homeboy, and I remember Ivan had asked me to make one, and I made one bilingual. And I mean, Ivan could have made it, but he just at the time I was working with him, he just told me you make it, and I made it. But I'm gonna, if anybody needs a script, man, I'm down. I'll email it to y'all, because I had a lot of help when I was starting out, you know, so I'm always trying to help people because I had help. So if anybody needs anything, you know, never feel free to shoot me a message.
There you go. Está bien.
El vato was begging. When did you
Estos güeyes.
decide it was time to move out on your own from working with another company? Says Mike Mireles.
To move out. Actually, I mean, I never planned to start my own company. I was happy where I was at with Ivan. I had a lot of gigs. He was giving me like 2 or 3 weddings a week. So I was doing a lot of weddings, and I was 18 when I started with him. So, you know, if you do the math, in 3 years, I did a lot of weddings. But I never planned to start my own company. The plan was to grow like Nick Spinelli, he works for a company. The plan was to grow his and to lock as many venues as we can so we can grow together. And the plan was for me to help him manage the social media. That was my plan, for me to help him manage the social media, because I'm good with social media. Help him with all the smaller stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, it didn't go that way. You know, guardo rencor, I don't hate, you know. It ended with us parting ways. You know, there was issues that we had. There was things that we didn't agree on, and it happens. But at the end of the day, you know, I ended up, we ended up parting ways, and I just had to start on my own. And honestly, I'm kind of glad it happened. So, because I'm doing better now, pero I'm always going to wish that man the best, because, you know, he's the one that put me on. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I didn't really plan to start on my own. But I do recommend anybody that's working for a company, start on your own. Now, I'm not saying use the company that you're with, but if you plan to start your own company, man, like just try, man. Just practice every day. And if you really perfect your DJing, and if you really perfect your MCing, you're gonna get work. Like, cause I don't know how to say it. Like, people see good work.
Work.
I'm getting to the point where at every wedding, people are asking me for business cards because if I go above and beyond. Like, if you go above and beyond, like, just practice and be as good as you can be. Like, literally. Yeah. Practice is perfect. Like literally, like, just practice.
Practice and exercise.
Comprende?
And stay fit. Yes. You stay fit. That's a big part. And I'm not calling out any fat DJs or anything like you know, but
Emotional damage.
Pero honestly, if you're a fit DJ, and if you're well dressed, if you're a people's person, if you take care of yourself, you know, appearances, and if you're fit, you're most likely to get more booked. Most likely to get a lot more bookings because you look good, and you know. So stay fit. No, I mean, it's not like a big thing.
We're fat.
It's not a big thing, but I feel like being fit helps. It helps a lot, especially with the younger couples.
Me estás oyendo, rata de dos patas.
With the 20-year-old couples, it helps a lot. Like the 25, 26, you know, if they see somebody that looks good and like just professional, and not like a freaking, I don't know, 50-something, 60-something year old, you know, big DJ. They're probably gonna go with the young one. Oh yeah, you know what I mean?
New generation. That's it.
And it's not even a you, but it's just being fit.
El piedrazo a todos los de 30 plus.
El piedrazo a todos los de 30 plus. Nah, it's not even that. It's not even that.
Cesar?
Wow. Cesar looks young, man. Cesar looks young. He looks good.
What happened?
No homo.
Emotional damage ahí.
But yeah.
Hijo de su pinky. No,
I think fitness is awesome.
But no, I'm not saying like be skinny tampoco, but I'm just saying really,
you don't
like
have to be fitness.
like even when y'all show up at venues, I'm always like on a polo, some black jeans, and some nice tennis shoes when I show up at a venue, because I know some DJs, they show up in like some shorts and a regular t-shirt, and they think I mean,
Crocs.
and I used to do that. I'm not gonna lie, when I used to do that when I was barely starting, I didn't care, because I was like, I'll switch to my suit, you know. But then I feel like if you really want to lock those venues in, that first impression is everything. So that way you're always well dressed. Introduce yourself to everybody. You know, hey, hi, my name is Marco. I'm the DJ for today. You know, where would you like me to set up?
Dice Mike Mireles, DJ
Flaco. Guess I'm losing the
Flaco.
gray sweatpants. So I mean, that's how I've locked in like some the one or two venues that I've locked in. Like, it's just being well, like that first impression is everything. That first impression is everything for me.
How tight are those gray sweatpants? So you can see
DJ Flaco.
Shingo.
Órale, hombre. You.
DJ Flaco. Isn't there a DJ Flaco out there?
Probably. Yeah.
With a K?
Hey, there's
Maybe.
a DJ Perro.
A la verga.
Hay un
Perro
arc.
DJ.
Yo conozco a
Hay un
DJ
arque.
K. DJ
DJ
K
K.
from Pasadena.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't
Te
feel my
digo.
legs. He says.
Oílo.
I can't feel
Hay
my
un
face
arca de
when I'm-
Noé de
But yeah,
DJs.
and then I'm always in a suit, and then I see DJs out there that have their shirts untucked, and I'm not anything against it. Like, I'm not calling out. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I feel like
DJ Possum.
if you're the best dressed, and then if you got the good DJ skills, and then if you got the MC skills, if you got the people skills, if you got a good setup that looks clean and has good cable management, like if you just pass all the check marks, like that's
shit.
it, bro. Like you're golden. They're gonna like you. They're gonna recommend.
Deny.
They're gonna probably be like, oh, like you're gonna beat all the other DJs.
Can't stop this, Felipe.
Those ways.
No, hombre, esto ya.
Y'all
Se
better
salieron
be
del
taking
ca-
notes, man. Instead
Y'all-
I
of
don't know.
Instead
doing
of
the
joking around.
that way you don't have to sell paletas.
Express in the outlets, the 290 outlet. That's where I get my suits. They're like half
Papi.
off. So like for like $200, $250, you get like a blazer and dress pants, and it's all high quality. I get all of this is Express. My dress, everything is Express. That's where I get everything. Is you don't need to get Armani and all of that. Like, unless you're bougie, I only have like one suit.
Gucci Prada.
Pero
Prada.
that's where I get everything. So like if anybody wants to learn what it
Dress
is, just go to
to
Express
impress.
on the 290
Eric says
outlets.
free game. That's true.
That's it.
That's for the skinny DJs.
Eh,
Es skinny.
That's skinny DJs, nombre.
así como cuando era.
Hace
Como
como
cua-
unas 100 libras.
Hace como unas 200 pounds ago.
Oh my god. Se la perdió el pinche Chuck.
Ni
But
modo.
yeah, appearances are everything.
Jale,
for
jale,
me.
dijo el compa.
Jale, jale. Haircut.
Pues bueno, si if you guys
Peinado.
don't have any more questions or any more, comments for Marco or some of us here,
Y para los Husky DJs, dice Erica, ¿no?
vámonos, los DJs
La
perros.
dieta.
La dieta pa' cuándo.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is huffing and puffing after you set up.
Dang it. Oh.
I'm gonna take mine.
Te hace falta,
And talk about-
No chupó la bruja.
vaya.
No chupó la bruja.
Demonio.
Horrible.
Demonio.
I have a coupon.
We need dad bod suits.
Dang.
Dad bod suits.
Do you work with booking agents for weddings? What is booking agents?
Oh, that's probably a no, Mike. Booking agents are... They
Is that like
do,
your
Wedding
your
wire?
receptionist?
Like wedding wire? No?
No,
I don't do
booking
wedding. I'm
agents-
thinking about getting into the knot.
So booking agents work more with bands, but they book DJs too. So they're very solid. 80% goes to the DJ, 20% goes to the booking agent. But they're solid.
So kind of
always.
like a planner, like they're getting everybody.
No. This is
Nah.
a booking company.
It's a booking-
They book DJs. So they'll go to the open houses. You've probably seen some of them. You just don't realize they're booking agents. They talk to the bride and groom. They get to know the DJs, and they send you the event. But usually they're charging pretty good. So 80%.
I don't do that.
It's kind of like working with a company.
I don't really do that. No.
Yeah.
It's all word of mouth and it's all referrals.
They book the very best only. Well, I have 2 booking agencies that call me every once in a while.
And actually, what I'm thinking about doing, because now that my social media, like honestly, guys, if y'all just work on your social media, and if your social media game is good, all you gotta do is on that Instagram, on that Facebook, hit up like all of the venues in the area that you want to get into. Like that's what I'm about to do. I did that for like 5 venues, and out of the 5 venues that I hit up, like, hey guys, like I'm a Like I think I did like high. For example, I'm gonna say the Springs, even though I didn't hit them up because I don't want to be there. But you could be like hi at the Springs event venue. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Marco.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time wedding DJ. I do about 100 to 150 weddings a year. Blah 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 blah. I have this many reviews. I just wanted to see if y'all ever needed a DJ that y'all want to be preferred at. If you don't have one yet, I would love to be a part of the team.
Even if they have
and if they look at your Instagram, if they look at your social media, and you're just rocking events and just rocking events.
Post all them quinceañeras.
Yeah, like out of like if you just hit up like 10 venues, one of them is at least one of them is bound to say yes.
Well, you never know. Because you never know. If you
Yeah,
don't
so
reach out,
that's what I'm about to do. I'm literally like my brother, like right now at home, he's like writing down like 50.
No, por eso nos tienen aquí. Nos está quitando los
Like,
güey.
Sí,
No. I mean, I'm
We're
I'm
just talking about booking.
like right now, like if you write down like 50 venues out of 50 venues, bro, like even if just 5 say yes, and they're gonna be like, hey, you know what, like, yeah, let's set up a meeting,
even if just
and that meeting, you just rock the meeting, man. Be badass, show them everything you got, go hard, and then that's it. If you get 2 or 3 venues to recommend you, that's all you really need to establish yourself.
Damn it.
That's all you really need. You don't need to pay for ads on that. You just need 2 or 3 venues to recommend you, and that's it. That's it.
And frankly, you can take your paletas too.
Literally.
To the ceremony.
That's
Messed up
literally-
Carlos
that's literally-
ceremony.
That's how I stay booked. I have like 2 or 3 venues that recommend me.
Man, y'all better
And that's
have
it.
taken some notes. Y'all better
If
have
not,
learned something.
go back.
I'm not even.
Go back to the
See-
beginning of the show.
See, Mike Crow would have thought he would have been like,
Micro.
he already knows everything.
Yeah.
That's what he commented on my post. Sadly.
Pendejo.
Okay.
Cosa sad.
I'll tell you later. I'll
Said
tell
I was
you-
too young.
I'll tell you a secret later.
Nah, but
Stay away.
Bueno. Pues,
but I don't. I mean, I really don't know everything. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
ah,
But what I do know,
nunca sabemos
what
todo.
what I do know is I try to share. I try to help. I always try to help because I had to help when I was starting. So I always try to help.
Yeah.
Te quedaste con mi script y era el original.
Con mi cargador y era el original. Era el original.
Oh my God. It's pinche DJ,
No, hombre, nomás tirando pedradas.
I'm
a la
actually
cabra.
thinking about doing a YouTube.
YouTube?
Like
Channel?
DJ tutorials, like
Yeah,
really
nice.
putting
I would
like
say do it,
everything that all my how I DJ, how I think, how I count. Like I'm really thinking about doing it.
That'd be
I don't
nice.
know, cause like I'm
Do it,
I'm
man.
not like the best, but I mean I'm pretty decent good. So like
Yeah,
I feel
you're
like
right.
I feel like if I post on YouTube,
Ahí la
like
llevas.
cause that's my goal at the end.
Ahí la
Like
llevas, sí.
I don't just want to be like I don't just want to establish myself as a DJ, but I kind of want to
Be a public figure.
I want to be known.
Motivate.
And I want to be known to be good, but I want to be known because I want to help. I want to help the DJs that are starting now, that are wanting to
Do
learn.
you
Like,
use any email
like,
campaign?
knowing what gear to
campaign
get,
software? I don't
everything.
think he knows what an email campaign software is.
email campaign software? No, I don't. I barely got my @djmarcoentertainment.com email. I've been using a Gmail for like the last 3-4 years. I don't think that really matters in the beginning when you're starting out.
Pendejo.
I don't think that really matters.
It's the same. I would say it's the same presentation. If you give somebody a Gmail address, it's not as.
It doesn't look as fancy, but at the end of the day,
It's
I
not
mean,
fancy. It's the word would be like
Professional.
Professional. There you go.
yeah, it doesn't look as professional, but I mean, I mean,
That's why I made the longest name I could think of.
I know some top DJ companies
Yeah, I mean-
that they still use a Gmail. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Like
Yeah.
what matters is if you do a good job or not.
Uy.
Well, I use Hotmail.
Hotmail, that's old.
Hotmail.
I'm
Un hombre
joking.
caliente,
Constant.
okay?
Un hombre caliente.
Un hombre caliente.
Hotmail.
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 I remember when that
Those are
came
some
out.
big words.
Hotmail.
Email campaign software and booking agents. I learned something new today. I learned something
Yahoo.
new.
Yahoo.
Yahoo, yoo-hoo.
Or Yahoo.
Constant contact, email, MailChimp. Yeah, I use MailChimp, but that's so you for those is more for like marketing. When somebody sends you an email, you have an automatic reply, or you have like you can have a set of emails set up. Somebody inquires, you don't have to touch it. You can send them through what they call a funnel, kind of like to get them information. There's different options. There's different strategies. Pero,
Yep.
it's a lot of
That's
work.
it.
It's a lot of work. Mike, do you use one? Do you use contact? Ya se siente frío, ¿no?
Pues ya se están refrescando. Es la hora, es la hora.
But yeah, that's what
Es la
I'm
hora,
planning
la
to
hora.
do. I'm gonna hit up like
So
I'm gonna hit up like 100
you're
venues.
relying. So I think we're getting to the point where email is old school and social media is where you want to be.
I mean, actually, I'm going sooner or later. I'm gonna actually stay on email as far as the booking goes. After that,
I think, but it's still old school in the sense of where you're. So back when email was,
if it's like a
new,
conversation, I do text messages with the bride and the groom.
text message.
If it's like anything important, like the contract, questionnaire, anything, that's email.
That's email.
But what?
You know what a CRM is?
Yes, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Johnny Black said
That's-
you have a CRM. Customer
Yes, yeah.
relation
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. That's actually that all inclusive, all in one CRM, like where they can book, they can pay through there, everything. That's what I'm trying to literally get, because I'm tired of getting inquiries from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, messages,
So
email,
that's where,
and I have to like keep up with everything. Like I rather just send them a link, they fill out a form, they fill out their dates, where they're getting married, at how many guests, and then like boom,
same questions
the
you always
basic
ask
info,
everybody.
and then you just get a link, and then not just that, what Johnny does, shout out to him, once you fill out that form, they get to pick a spot for a Zoom, like kind of like a personal consultation before you give them the pricing, like
you're giving out his secrets, man. You're giving out. Let me take some notes.
no, I mean it's not a
it.
secret. I mean I'm sorry if it was a secret, but
To close doors.
but and it's something that I'm trying to do, because they fill out a form, you get the inquiry, and then they choose a time and a day from Monday to Thursday when they want to do. So all you get is, oh, I got an email for a Zoom for Tuesday at 2. And then you have all the information that you have from the wedding. And then from that, okay, I look at the venue. Okay, that's an expensive venue. You already know what to charge. Or I mean, you shouldn't even charge cheaper, because if it's a cheaper venue. But I mean,
You should have your
but yeah, like that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do an all-inclusive, because I'm tired of keeping up with messages, emails.
Te está regañando Johnny. Says, stop trying, man. I told you I got you. Just do it.
I'm trying,
do it,
I
man.
got you. Yeah, I guess I said I'm
Nike,
trying to get
just
that.
do it.
I'm gonna hit you up, man, because I really do want to get
Brian
that.
Burns says DJ event planner. Ooh, that's old school.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a decent
I mean it's good. As any CRM, I'm pretty sure it's good, but
it's an old school one.
But yeah, that sooner or later, that's where I'm. That way you don't gotta. But right now, people text me on Instagram, and people text me on TikTok. The only thing about TikTok that I hate is I can't send my pricing on TikTok, because you can't send you can't text pictures on TikTok. So I gotta tell them, hey, what's a good phone number so I can send you my pricing?
Yeah.
And then they text me the phone number, and then I gotta text to them.
Which is good, you know.
It's old but
Still.
works. Yeah. I mean, it's probably one of the first ones that's been out.
But
I'm not saying it doesn't work.
I
I'm just
do
saying
recommend.
That's old school. That's for us old school DJs. Most of these DJs probably don't.
I
even know
do recommend it. And I notice on a lot of older DJs is they stick to the same.
Retire old DJs.
No. They stick to the same
the old school.
old shit, and I don't have anything wrong with it. But honestly, a lot of DJs I've seen, they're like, oh, I don't have TikTok, I don't have Instagram. Like I get all my inquiries from Facebook. That's all I need. Yeah, but from 5 or 6 years or now, you don't ever know if Facebook is gonna be dying. Like
Still there.
like or if Snapchat, like nobody really uses Snapchat anymore. So like
What's that?
exactly, and so I think that a lot of DJs, even I'm not gonna say names, but
Yeah, you always gotta.
you gotta move with the technology.
Yeah.
You gotta move with the social media. You gotta change. Like you can't expect to always. I know even if you're already established, like
Yeah,
you gotta
because you're
keep
Facebook's
up to
losing
date.
views. Facebook's losing views. daily views.
Instagram is where I'm getting most of my shit, and then TikTok too.
Yeah,
TikTok,
is
like
the new
it's
one.
it's.
That's,
Yeah,
like blowing up.
definitely.
Yeah, I feel like in the next 5 years, probably TikTok is gonna be like
That's if they don't
the
block
more
it.
main. Yeah, unless they block it, but.
But everybody's copying TikTok now, so I think people are still staying to their roots. Like if you're an Instagram user, you stick with Instagram. Took me a while.
I do all three: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah.
Just the top
You
three.
gotta do YouTube too, because that's gonna get you out on Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I was gonna say something about.
Q is the new one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah.
Q. I hit play. I don't Q.
And you.
Anyway, we're talking about. Oh yeah. So Mike said he uses constant contact. I'm kind of curious how you use it, Mike. So constant contact. The good thing about constant contact is like the same thing that you're doing with your CRM. And a lot of CRMs use constant contact or like some kind of an email. Like the old school way before all this was you would set up let's say like a 7 email campaign, what they call them campaigns. So when you get an inquiry, if you get a chance and you want to call them, I mean, I think personal, ¿cómo se llama? Like if you attend them personally, instantly it's probably the best way. But you have those people that don't really want to reach out to you or reply, or they just want the price. And I think constant contact is a good way to kind of feed them information slowly, like in a series of 7 emails or 10 emails or whatever you can do.
I got you. It's on this side.
So that's one of the strategies with like an older CRM, constant contact. It's not even that old, but so those are just strategies. But yeah, I think nowadays the younger 20-year-olds are in TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram.
And honestly, most of the Facebook inquiries that I get, it's a lot of older people.
Yeah.
Like people that are getting married that are in their 30s or something. And I don't have anything against that, but
Emotional damage.
No, but it is.
but
That's the way it is.
it's true. Facebook is for the older people,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that,
So I get a lot of
because most of the times the parents pay for the wedding.
Yep.
So Facebook is also good to stay on that, but also Instagram is good to like really get publicity, and TikTok too. Honestly, TikTok is so easy to get viral on TikTok. If you're just posting every day, and as long as you're posting good content, it's so easy to get viral on TikTok. Like literally in 3 months, 17K followers, and
Nice.
and I haven't even been posting on it anymore.
Only 16,800 away. I'm almost there.
And it's not hard, man. You just gotta use CapCut. Like literally, like just always record vertical. Don't record horizontal. Put in that audio. Invest $300 into some DJI
Well,
microphones.
If you record vertical, you can open it up and blow it up on. That's what I do sometimes on CapCut. Like if you record vertical.
Oh, you
zoom it in.
Yeah.
Zoom it into 320. It's got to be 320%.
Mhm.
And then just find the area that you
Just
want.
find the area that you want. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do both.
Cool.
If I do vertical, I do it at 4K.
Yeah, so
you know
I do that, and also invest in the new iPhone. The new iPhone is 48 megapixels is a new iPhone. That's like a whole camera.
You
What
mean
does that
the
mean?
14? The 14?
Yeah, the 14 is 48 megapixels, like the camera.
But for video or for pictures?
I'm not sure.
You don't even know what it means.
I'm not sure, but all I know is like that's the best camera. Like that's like a whole. It's like a camera literally on an iPhone. Like the quality on it is so much better. Like that, if you have reels that are so crisp and they look like nice, like
400 watts.
That's a bigger chance for them to like it. And then if your editing is good, that's a bigger chance for you to like it. And then if you have a good caption and you just have some like
I think
you're just
you can
adding onto it.
You can recognize when it's an iPhone video.
Correct.
It just looks a
Yeah,
lot better.
compared to where it's an
But the 48 megabytes is it's only for photos. The
The
videos is
megapixels.
what, like 30 something?
no, it's
20, 28?
It's only goes 4K 1080p.
Mm.
4K.
On-
And
the iPhone?
What
I
it
always
does have is that HDR. HDR is what makes it look good.
really I always record in 4K and 60 frames per second.
Yeah, but the HDR is when you see the colors, it kind of look like shiny, and that's what you're looking at.
HDR.
HDR.
Yeah,
But it has a better camera. It does have a better camera. It just the megapixels is only for photos.
from the 13 to the 14 is a big difference in quality. So even if y'all have the 13 Pro Max, like invest in the 14 because I promise you,
My,
it was
my 12, deja tirarlo.
no. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to have it, but if you plan to really step up your game on the social media, you know, having good quality videos is a big thing. You know, just it's an investment at the end of the day. It's an investment.
The phone is probably going to give you the best. The iPhone is, well, Android too, but I don't like Android. I think your phone is going to give you a better quality than GoPro or any other camera.
True that.
All right, guys.
Adios.
Time to go. Marco, last words. You have been giving some...
Well,
A
thank
lot
y'all.
of good tips.
Thank y'all for the invite. It was a pleasure. There's so much more, but you know that's it. And
we're
was a
losing.
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Viewers, so I'm pretty sure they're.
Trying
Se
to
van a
go to sleep.
dormir. I'm gonna go to Clarkwood.
What is that?
Clarkwood.
What is that?
You never been to Clarkwood? It's a bar around here.
You know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go
To sleep.
look for some crickets.
Dang it.
Bedtime. Yeah, it was a pleasure, though.
It's past bedtime.
You. Who said that?
Me.
Oh.
Me.
See y'all at Ojos Locos. Your ojos are locos.
¿Dónde
but
está
I'm not loco.
Carlitos?
¿Quién es
Man,
Pete?
he's always like that.
When you bring in the white guy on, is he talking about Chuck?
Hey, Brian,
I don't
whenever
know.
you want to come on, man. We speak the English.
Yes, sir.
He's from Dallas. Y'all gotta pay him.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Never mind.
Never mind. we can't afford you, man.
We can do a Zoom, man.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a pleasure, man, to have
Definitely,
y'all having
man.
me here, and you know,
Thanks for coming out and dropping some gems, dropping some good points.
trying.
Yes, sir.
And, well, I guess it's time to go.
A mi derecha está la pared.
Motherfucker never stops.
It was a pleasure.
All right, guys, it's time to go. Thank you guys for joining us. If you missed some of the parts, this show was full of gems, knowledge,
Yep.
and make sure you watch it back.
In the beginning, the collaborating that's
Definitely.
big.
Yeah.
Collaborate.
If you want to get the venue, that's big. Collaborating. I did it with, I think already Willow Win, and I'm about to do it with Stillwater Ranch
Nice.
So yeah,
Cool.
from Sunday's wedding.
Sunday morning. Sounds good. All right, man. That's gonna wrap it up for us. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night. Su programa favorito.
Later, guys.
Nos fuimos.